is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
How you doing, old man?
Doing all right.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're live with the Knockem Comedy Radio Show, broadcasting out of the iconic, world-famous Governor's Comedy Clubs in Levittown. And we are here today with our special guest.
Oh, yeah.
And friend.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie, the joke man, Martling, everybody. Yay. What's going on, Jack?
Hi.
How are you?
I am good. I'm very good. Just had a great breakfast, 19 cups of coffee, and I'm shot out of a cannon. So beware of me.
Beware of Jackie.
You look great today.
Thank you.
Not you. You're gorgeous. Better half.
Great seeing you. This is a treat, like twice in 1 month.
Oh, please.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm thrilled.
You're trilled. Why are you
Jackie
trilled?
treat.
Because I think I have a new thing, you know, and I didn't ask those guys if I could talk about it. But something very, very weird.
Go
I'm
ahead.
always involved in everything weird, but this is
You got the
especially
cameo.
weird. Yeah, and I also got a meeting tonight in Manhattan.
What time?
You know, if somebody offers to buy me a steak, I don't care if they're going to ask me about endorsing a miniature golf course. I'm going.
You're going, yeah.
They said, hey, we want to buy you a steak and talk business. I said, Gallagher's? They said, sure. It's so funny because it was a month and a half ago. And they said, we're going to be in town first week of December. We want to take you for a steak. And I said, how about Gallagher's? And they said, that's perfect.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? This is going to sound stupid, but it's crazy in Manhattan in the winter, especially around Christmas, at the steak clubs, which
Right.
sounds crazy. You'd think people be out buying gifts.
No.
Yeah, that they'd
But
be
you
busy or
cannot
something.
move in these steak clubs, you know, like Del Frisco's and Wolfgang's and Gallagher's. So I said, it sounds stupid, but why don't you get a reservation?
Right.
And they said, all right, what time? I said 6:30. The guy calls me back and says, I couldn't get 6:30. I could only get 7 o'clock. This is a month and a half ago for Thursday night.
For Thursday night in Manhattan.
How great, you know.
Usually 7 o'clock's busier, so
They must
that
be
surprises
printing
me.
money. Yeah, I
That time
know,
of the
you
year,
know.
too.
Well, because they have all their corporate, holiday dinners, and everybody wants to go for a nice steak dinner or
Right,
Italian
and expense
dinner.
accounts
Right.
work at Christmas time.
Oh,
you
they
know.
do. Yeah, they do.
And so I got a free steak dinner tonight, and I'm talking with these guys, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what that is.
Wait, why can't you say what that is?
Well, it's like endorsing a product
It's
or
called,
something?
well, this one I don't know that. It's called Meat
The Beatles.
The Mets.
Meat Hook.
Meat hook.
And you know how, and they don't compete with Cameo.
Okay.
It's, I know, I'm sure. How'd you do that? I tried for a half hour to do that.
Sallie so smart.
She really is, and she has nice boobs.
Boobies.
Boobies.
All works. So, Cameo, get a video of me saying a joke, saying hello, saying happy birthday, Merry Christmas.
Right.
Cameo.com/Jackie Martling. I've been doing a lot of them, and they're fun. I don't charge a lot, so I get a lot of them. But this is not that. This is. I'm not really clear about it. I said, let them talk while I'm eating steak. But I think it's like instead of having me make a video
Yeah.
for your friend, you have me call them. I think physically call them and have a conversation for a couple of minutes, which sounds weird to me, but they say that people are going nuts over it. And
I
when
can't
you
find
think
it.
about it, it's nice to get a video of somebody saying, hey, here's a joke for you. But if you're actually talking to somebody, I don't know if I'm a big enough deal, but imagine if, hey, I'm going to talk to Rodney Dangerfield for 2 minutes. That would be memorable. I'm
I
not
think it would
even
be.
sure.
But now, wait a minute. Now, what was it?
Don't ask me questions because I don't know the answers.
Hang on, I
MEET
found it.
hook?
I found it.
It's MEET.
Okay.
Yeah, paid one-on-one live video calls.
Oh, so maybe is that like Facebook?
Like Facebook
Or
Live
maybe
or
they have a
something?
Oh, so it's
Or,
okay.
maybe they're
yeah.
FaceTime? Is
Proprietary.
it FaceTime?
So it'll be
And
like
they probably you could probably record it.
They can see you, and
right.
you can see them, so it's FaceTime.
It's a step up from
I better
Cameo,
go on a
where
diet, so.
it's
no,
just
you look great.
I look all right.
yeah, you look fine.
You're just.
It looks like a step up from Cameo, where you're actually one-on-one FaceTiming with them.
Do you know what I wanted to do a long time ago? And my nephew actually drew a cartoon of this with crayon. I wanted to do a thing called dickpic.com. And
With your nephew?
what?
His crayon.
No, I haven't. What? How was it? It was like.
Tony's face.
It was like you'd be standing there. I'm standing here, and there's a wall here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you only see me from the chest up,
Oh, thank God.
and I'm naked.
Okay.
And in front of me, I got like 3 little jars of finger paints, bright red, bright blue, bright green,
Right.
and then a pretty girl dancing naked or in a bikini or whatever, and getting a boner, and then
You paint with your.
dipping your thing and making a dick print, and then maybe 3 different guys do it, and they have to guess whose is who. It just sounds so funny because nobody's naked
Right.
like you're using your dick as a paintbrush.
as a paintbrush.
Okay. all
Right.
It's a dick print. Hey, it's
I like
one step beyond.
Sally likes it.
What was the
it's a
guy?
great idea.
The guy that threw the paint, Polak. What was
Should
his
we
name?
play it and then let Sally guess whose dick is who?
Well, she
How would you
already
guess
knows
the-
mine.
How would you guess the dick though? Because you're just using it as a paintbrush.
Well, you'd have-
You could paint animals.
You'd have
or
to
trees.
recognize the little hole in the middle. You'd have. Is that the?
That's it?
Urethra hole. I don't
Yeah,
know. What are you asking
the
me for?
urethra.
No, I don't. I
hole.
think the
Pee-hole.
urethra is the actual. I don't know what the. Does that little hole has to have a name?
I'm sure somebody's going to tell us right
Maybe
away.
it's the plafrachik. Does that look like my
Peepee hole.
plafrachik, Sally?
I don't know. I'll have to look for a long time.
Ken Friedberg said, I'm honored that I was in the same studio that Jackie has graced. F. Jackie. And also, Charles Goonan, any dirty
What are you reading?
the
The
comments of
on
people
Facebook.
of watching.
Yeah.
Any
We're on
dirty.
live.
Oh, you're reading that on your phone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the live feed.
sorry.
Any dirty Santa Claus jokes?
What nationality is Santa Claus?
I don't know what.
North Polish. That's not very dirty.
All right, so
Where's Santa Claus's favorite place to have an orgasm?
Where?
On Prancer, on Vixen, on Comet. That's a good one.
Kenny says he has a boner now. Sally.
I love to hear that. Go buy some finger paint and send me a.
So you're not painting pictures with it. You're
No,
just.
and the point was
Abstract.
dickprints.com was going to have all the pictures from all the different competitions.
Yeah, you can make money. You can do celebrity dick prints. Like, yeah,
That-
this
there
is
you
a big-
go.
Yeah,
It's
there you go.
it's an off and away. Do it for
You
charity.
You probably remember. Remember that woman? She made sculptures of rock stars' cocks. You
Wow,
remember?
are
that?
you kidding? Are you kidding?
She made a fortune.
What were they? What the hell were they called? They were very, very famous.
Yeah.
The penis. I can't believe I'm not thinking of. They were.
Who was it?
infamous.
Was it a famous one?
It was
She
the
was
first-
a famous groupie.
The first one they did, I think, was Jimi Hendrix. What was it called? The
Yeah, and I think
The
Jimmy
penis
Page,
de
Jimmy Page is
resistance?
one of the bigger ones.
But I think they actually did them in plaster or something,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
made the plaster casters. That's what they were called.
Yes.
Plaster casters.
So all right. So if
I
I'm
never did that because there's not enough plaster.
So much space.
if I'm understanding this meat hook correctly,
Saturday,
Jesus. Mother of God.
7:30 p.m. Saturday. I'm at McGuire's. Please come out. It's the greatest show of the year. Everybody comes out from over the decades. This is the kind of place. A couple years ago, a guy came up to me and said, "Look at this," and he had a copy of my album "Going Ape."
Oh, wow.
Which was my second LP from 1980. Me doing, it was a hysterical, stupid thing. Did I ever tell you a story of that? The Going Ape, the whole concept?
No.
Let me tell you. So the guy hands me, he says, look at this album. He said, I was at Chuckles in Mineola in 1980 for my bachelor party.
Okay.
And you gave me this album for free and signed it. And he said, these are my three sons. He's 30, he's 33, he's 36. It's like 4 decades later. The guy's, and this is from his
that's
bachelor
great.
party. But when I made Going Ape, I got the bright idea, and I went to Lillian Costume Shop, which,
Oh,
funny enough, was across the street from Chuckles.
yeah.
And Jericho Turnpike
I know
in
exactly.
Mineola.
There was 2 costume shops there.
Is that right?
They were like right next to each other. It was really odd, but yeah, go ahead.
So, and Lillian Costume, that makes, who's Lillian? So I walked in and said, listen, you don't know me. I'm a comic, and I put out an album, and I'm going to do another one, and I want to call it Going Ape. And if you will loan me a gorilla costume, I'll give you a plug on my album. And so they gave me a gorilla costume, and me and my buddy put it in 2 brown paper bags
Right.
and went to the Bronx Zoo. Went in, I got behind a tree or something and put on a fucking gorilla costume. And it was September, and people were there. Teachers
must
were
have
there
been
with their
shitting
third grade
themselves.
classes, walking two abreast
Right.
through the zoo. And if you're a little kid in the zoo, what's in the back of your mind?
I'm going to see the gorillas.
No, what's in the back of your mind is, holy fuck, what if one of those animals gets loose?
Right, right.
That's kind
Yeah.
of, of course they're not, but you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
that's a little of the jizz of the whole thing. And I'm hiding behind trees and
How old were you?
jumping out.
How old were you?
I'm in comedy 2 years, I'm 32. Jumping out from behind a tree.
32 years old.
And I'm sure the kids freaked out. And the guy with me, my friend Burf, like 3 of the pictures from the whole day, no pictures of the kids running or me jumping out. I still could kill him. I got a couple pictures, and they wound up on the cover of the album. And sure enough, on the back of the album, it says, gorilla suit courtesy of Lillian Costume Shop. But what happened was after a minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they were like, what do you think you're doing, you morons? Get out of here. But on the way
Surprised they didn't
out,
shoot you with like a tranquilizer.
on the way
gun or
out,
something.
I went to the window and pretended I was buying a ticket.
Yeah.
And we put them on the album, so it looks like I bought a ticket to go in. Like the gorilla came into this. Oh, it's just hysterical. But the point of the story is there were at least 2 classes, and maybe more, full of kids being walked through the zoo by a teacher.
Right.
So somewhere there are full-grown adults telling people I was in the zoo, at the zoo when I was a kid, and either a gorilla jumped out, or they're saying a guy dressed as a gorilla jumped out, and everybody they know is saying, you are so full of shit. And I'm just waiting. Someday somebody's going to call me and say, I was there.
I was at the
was
zoo.
there. I
At
saw
the
it.
zoo.
Yeah, that would be
That's
great.
funny. But yeah,
I mean,
Lillian's.
they all got to still be alive. It was only 1980.
Well, not all of them.
Well, I
You
helped
think
him
there's
out.
one
I'm
picture.
still here, you asshole.
But for how much longer? So go see Jackie this
Yeah,
Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
Right, before he goes, go see Jackie.
And I thought
this
it's really
Saturday.
funny is I'm going to be buried with the gorilla costume. I still have it.
No, you didn't give it back?
Of course I gave it back,
Oh,
you
you son of a
idiot.
bitch.
No, I don't.
You stole
What are you
it.
gonna do with it?
Well, Lillian's went out of business. So
Wow.
I
It's
thought
no
maybe-
wonder they're giving out outfits to strange comics. How great is that? Just the stupidest. Oh my God, it's so good. I got one picture, me standing with the gorilla costume on, but the gorilla head off, with my arm around like a 3rd grade little third grade black kid, and he's smiling. Oh, it's just funny. Oh God, those are crazy days. Crazy days.
You can't do that now.
Oh, can't do anything.
You can't do
Imagine
anything.
if you were dressed as a girl, they would shoot you.
Yeah. They take you down, they address
even
you.
if they knew you were just a guy in a gorilla costume, they'd
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
you.
absolutely.
So you're
Yeah.
being
'Cause
stupid.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I'm just trying to sell records. Yeah, that's all.
That's it. I'm just trying to sell records. And where'd you sell them? You sold them where? Out of your trunk?
At my
You
gigs.
pressed them?
You know, it's so funny because I worked at a studio. I started working in a studio when these guys recorded my band's hit single that Howard always made fun of called The Pot Song.
Right.
And they liked me. The guys that recorded it, they liked me a lot, and they asked me to work at the studio. So I worked at the studio for peanuts. And to give you an indication how I stick to people's feet, the guy that owned the studio was married to my sister. I swear to God.
What?
Kevin Kelly, great guy. They got married a couple of years ago. And so I knew how to make a record. And making a record is like baking a cake. You know, you need flour and you need water and you need butter. You know, you need a master tape.
Right.
You know, you make a recording and put it on tape and make a master recording. And you need a couple pictures and you need a couple thousand, $1,000 or whatever. And you mail the stuff and they send you back your albums, which was like, so I knew you could do that. But most people had no idea. I mean, nowadays everybody can have a CD, with their phone. So it's ridiculous. But I did this 6 months after I was a comic. It was recorded at Cinnamon at a restaurant in Huntington. I came home and I said to my girlfriend, they laughed at every joke. I should make a record. She said, what are you looking at me for? Make a record. So I borrowed $100 from everybody I knew, made this record. And I would stand by the door, and I mean, anybody I met, I would send an album to. You're trying to promote.
Right, well, that's how you
I used to put cards on the table, be on my mailing list, blah, blah, blah. But I'd stand there and sell my albums for $5 each. And the guys used to make fun of me. They'd goof on me. Oh, there he is with his albums. And then one day somebody must have gone, wait a minute. We each made $30. He made 30, and I probably didn't make 30. I probably made 70 because I probably produced the show.
Right.
But I also made an extra $75 because I sold 15 albums. And all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, maybe it's not so stupid. Now, you can't walk out of a place without somebody selling you merchandise.
Oh, there's tons of merchandise.
Yeah.
But in the old days, it was like the Rolling Stones maybe sold their albums. There was a guy out there selling. But, people didn't do that. And low-life comics didn't have their own albums. Like George Carlin had an album. But, that was ABC Records or something was a huge, monstrous undertaking. This was like a local homegrown thing.
Someone made that for him, probably.
And they made fun of me. Right, exactly. And they made fun of me, but then I made another one and made another one.
But that's how you got on to...
and that's how I got on Stern. I sent
because
him
you mailed him...
3 albums, and he's like, that it looked like I was somebody. And I wasn't. Who I was a guy with 3 albums who made them himself, That was the old joke that I made him in the basement. I didn't make him in the basement. I did edit them in my mother's attic, but who's splitting hairs? So who cares? So I didn't mean to get going on that, but that's...
Yeah.
Now I'm going
to dream about the gorilla.
Yeah, but now they actually, what's different now, because since everybody has the phone and technology and whatnot, you don't even have to sell merch. You just pay. They can pay $5 to just take a picture with you.
Right. Which is what Cameo and Meat Hook is going to be, basically. Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
And you get a steak dinner out of the deal at
Not
Gallagher's.
every time.
What do you mean not every time?
You don't get a steak dinner every time.
Why not?
Why not?
What are you doing? Something wrong?
I don't know.
Sometimes you get a bowl of soup.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you guys that too.
What?
Are we getting soup today?
I'm in.
Sure.
You in?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Why not? Where are we going, though? Same place?
Where else are we going to go?
Where else are we going to go?
It kind of works out because it's it's on his way home.
Right.
I thought you don't have to go. I thought you were going into the city today or something.
I am.
Oh, but you still have time for lunch. Cool.
Well,
Very nice.
My dinner's at 7:00.
Oh,
Here we are. Look at this.
look. What's that?
Going 8.
Oh,
Are you who Richie Minervini is?
I do.
Yes.
He used to own.
This is what it said on the back of Going Ape. Album financed, performed, recorded, mixed, edited, designed, advertised, and distributed by Jackie Martling. Everything else was done by Richie Minervini.
That's great.
Look, There's me going into the Bronx Zoo. And there's me in the ape costume.
Send it to Tony so he can put it up on the.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I want to leave that there, right?
Oh, you want to leave that there?
I shouldn't we?
Jackie the Joke Man, Marlon.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, cool. That's where I went just now. I just made that.
I saw you were playing around with it.
Is
I'm
that
like,
what
what's
you were
he
doing?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
That's why he's here. I figured to leave that up.
Instantaneous, like just like that.
And it looks good on the screen.
Mike
You can see it.
Scudero's watching. Jeff Bosey's watching. Good morning.
Mike Scudero.
Jeff is a big fan of yours, Jackie.
Hi. Well, come to the show, you cocksucker.
This Saturday at McGuire's in Bohemia. The wonderful Jackie the Joke Man.
Oh, yeah, just one. Oh, I love these pictures. Jesus Christ.
He loves pictures of Jesus Christ?
Look, this is me editing as a gorilla.
That's a gorilla.
There's my attic with the gorilla costume. I thought there were a lot more pictures.
Were you scared trying to, making the transition from music to comedy, or were you just like, fuck it,
No,
I got to
that
do
was-
something, I got to
Bro,
make
that
some money?
wasn't making any money. It was like, we're making like,
You're buying
I
it.
think $80 for a night, and there were two of us, and then there were three of us. Maybe we were making $100 by 1978. We had, no money. I'll tell you, we were always drunk, we were always stoned, we always had girls, we were always getting laid, we were always having fun, never hungry. I have no idea how we existed. I have no idea how we kept the car afloat. It was the greatest time in the history of man. We couldn't have been more unsuccessful, but we couldn't have been more successful.
Right.
You know what I
Couldn't
mean?
have been
It was
having
like
more
the
fun
happiest-
and not worried about.
It's unfucking believable. But by the end, it was, it gets a little tense when you're 30 years old and you don't have a pot to piss on. And I'm like,
Right.
what if I ever want to eat or buy a house or get a girlfriend? What are we
Settle
gonna do?
down,
But
right.
they threw me out of the band, so that.
They threw
You
me
know
out
that
the
story. There was three of us in the band, and one night they said, "Jackie, we're going to leave the band and start our own band." I said,
What? You're like, what?
"That's kicking me out of the band. What do you mean we're going to
That's
leave?
asking me to
We're going to leave
leave.
the band and start our own band."
Marriott is going out of business, and then we're going to start up again in a minute once you're not here anymore.
Right. Don't mind us as we change the lettering on the door.
Mark White said, "Is that Jackie? Yay! The show is actually going to be funny today."
Is that what?
Mark White.
Mark White
from the Spin Doctors.
Mark White.
Yes.
Oh, he's black.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
black.
He's a black with the last name of White.
He's a
Hey.
black.
He's a black white.
Mark, what are you doing next Wednesday? Next Wednesday at Gotham Comedy Club in Manhattan, we're roasting Otis Anderson.
Oh wow!
And
I haven't heard that.
You don't know who he is.
I know
Who's Otis Anderson.
I know nothing about football, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a field day.
son of a-
No, I did. I swear to God. I couldn't tell you much about
But
him.
the
I know
dais,
he's football.
Artie Lang's on the dais. LT
Nice.
is on the dais, and Carl Banks, Howard Cross. And I know nothing about football. I'm going to make a total asshole of myself. But they offered me money, and I said, "Hey, man."
So you're inviting Mark to go?
Yeah, Mark, if you mention my name, you could pay for a ticket. I would love to make you my guest. If you're a spin doctor, Harvey Leeds was my dear, dear pal for 40 years. And that's all he talked about was spin doctors, spin doctors, spin doctors. And I said, all right, spin doctors.
That clip of them on Sesame Street was funny.
Yeah.
Mark was like, "What the hell am I doing here?" He's
know.
like, "Why am I on Sesame?"
Hey, speaking
Sesame
of which,
Street's
we went
cool.
to that Mr. Rogers movie.
Did you
and
like
the
it?
end?
It is so unbelievably fucking. I could cry.
Really? Wow.
It was so good. It's nothing like you would ever imagine.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's just perfect.
Good.
And I mean, I like. Well, everybody gets mad at me because every movie I like every movie. They say, "Jackie, that sucked." Well, I liked it, but that was and Knives Out is spectacular.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
the
I
other
wanna
one we
see
want
that
to
one
see.
too.
Spectacular.
Did you see The Irishman yet?
Yeah, and I love that too. But it went on and on and on.
Yeah, I liked it.
Hoffa dies. Every Italian I ever worked with for the last 15 years in the movies was in it. It was very funny. The guy that put me in my first movie ever was in it. So it's fun to see. Paul Borghese, great guy. Great guy. He got me a gig in the movie Potluck, and then he couldn't be in the movie because he got a gig on Billy Crystal's movie 61 about the home run race.
That's a great movie.
Maris.
And Paul Borghese, he said, "I can't do Potluck because I'm in 61. I'm playing Yogi Berra." I said, "Well, I wouldn't tell anybody." Fucking Yogi.
That's where I recognize him in The Irishman. I'm like, where do I know that guy from? That's it. Yogi. He played Yogi.
Oh, so
Son of
now
a bitch.
you remember, huh?
Yeah.
Good guy.
Mark
That's a
said,
great
"I'm
movie.
staying away from that freeze bucket unless
You know how
I'm
I
getting
knew
paid."
Paul Borghese
Right.
was? He was the guy in 1989 that used to get us the girls for the Snapple commercials on the Howard Stern Channel 9 show. You
Snapper.
guys aren't old enough to remember that, are you?
I do.
Yes,
that.
of
I
course.
remember the Channel 9 show.
Wendy, the Snapper lady, she was here. She was on Valentina's show.
Yeah, the lady
Yes,
started.
that's right. I forgot.
Yep.
Wendy
Is
the
that
Step
right?
Lady.
I knew Wendy very well 40 years ago.
She was great. I met her. Yeah.
She has an interesting story.
Yeah, she's a nice lady.
Well, she used to be a guy.
Yeah.
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 Wait,
Yeah, I banged her.
And then they pulled off her Snapple. I don't know.
Eric's
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Sally, are you really going to fall for that?
Spent the
Like,
whole
really,
3 hours
Sally?
this morning
You
trying to remember what
dumbass.
pronoun I am. I can't
Did you
remember.
doofballs tell him I'm playing up there in January? Yes, Mark's inviting you to his gig in January.
Where?
The Brooklyn Bowl or the Paramount.
The Brooklyn Bowl
Well,
or the
both.
Paramount?
Well,
I don't like going to the Paramount. I think it's a horrible place to see
Thank
the show.
you. I agree 100%.
You feel
I
the
love
same
the
way?
guys,
Yes,
but
I love the
it's
space
even
much
worse
better.
to do comedy. But I went to see Willie Nelson there. I mean, I love Willie, but I almost wanted to walk out because it's just so boomy.
Right.
It's
The
not
acoustics are horrible.
enjoyable.
Yep.
And went to see David Bromberg, not David Bromberg. David Bromberg there, and it was like,
really? This is the first I've heard that people didn't like the Paramount.
oh, you know what? I got it
didn't know you
exactly
didn't like
backwards.
it.
I apologize. He was at the Space, and that was good. And it's the Space is just.
Yep.
There's just enough to eat the sound up so it's not all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they fix it by now. I haven't been there in years. I worked there a couple times.
The problem with the space, though, they don't advertise. Nobody knows who the hell is playing there.
They work really hard on their
it's,
sound,
It's
though.
almost like watch this space, you know.
Yeah. And it's in a horrible part of town. You know, the Paramount is just in a great area, and it's perfect.
It's not, you know,
The
but
space.
Mark, I love that Brooklyn Bowl.
Me
I actually
too.
know the guy that owns it.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a great
funny.
place.
Everybody always said, "Oh, why don't you ever punch up scripts?" And I never did, and I still never have, and I don't know why, because I punched up Howard Stern for 4 hours a day for 15 years on the fly, which is that was my job description, and we were doing a show in L.A. At a place. It was called the Key Club, and then it was called the Penthouse Club. It's right on Sunset. I forget what it's named now. But they had a balcony. So we're there, and when we're on the road, I used to be whipping the notes to Howard right in real time, right here.
Right.
And a guy named John Shapiro said, "Wow, that's wild, watching what you do. I want you to work on a script with me." But it had already been written, but he wanted me to see if I could do anything with it. And then he called and said, "Listen, first I had a meeting. I went out to L.A. He flew me out to L.A. We had a nice meeting. I met his friend, and his friend stole a great thing from me, which, you know what, I'll ask you about that. This is a good format to ask about it. Did I ever talk to you about the Bobby Flay thing?
No.
So, I'm so full of shit. Am I interrupting the whole entire show here?
No.
So
No, we love this.
So,
Promise.
so John says, and then John calls me and says, "Listen, they're shelving they were doing a movie called Curious George, and I must be the only human being on the planet that never heard of Curious. I guess it's like not hearing
You
of
never
Mr.
heard of
Rogers.
it?
I had no idea who the fuck Curious George was. And then he calls up and says, "Listen, they're shelving the movie. They're going to do something else. They're going to do something called The Grinch."
Okay.
And this is how long ago it was. And then they made The Grinch with Jim Carrey. I
Jim
think.
Carrey,
So-
yeah. Mhm.
And years later, the Curious George came out. I know.
Right,
But-
yes. Will
so,
Ferrell.
So John, John's brother, John Shapiro's brother, is Peter Shapiro, who owned the Wetlands.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I got to know him was, this is not believable, but I've always been good friends with the guys at High Times, especially because I always talked about pot on the Stern Show, and I was the only pro-pot guy, and they all attacked me all the time. You old hippie, you asshole, blah, blah, blah. But I'm a pothead, I always have been. Meanwhile, I haven't smoked a joint in 3 months, but I'm a pothead.
Is that true?
Somewhat. And so
He said a joint. He didn't say a bong or a bowl. or
Here or there. You know?
right.
It's not like, I don't not smoke pot, but I don't smoke pot. Like if it comes up. It's like tuna fish sandwich. If that's on the menu,
I
So-
love tuna fish sandwiches.
me too. So they hire me to host the first annual High Times Stoney Awards. Now, the High Times Stoney Awards were awards like the Academy Awards or the Emmys to qualify for a Stony Award, for the movie award or the TV award, something to do with pot had to
Right.
happen in the movie.
Right.
Somebody
Okay.
had to smoke a joint. Somebody had to buy papers. Somebody had to reference a bong. The tiniest little in thing, anything to do with
And
pot
who,
at all.
who'd the award go to? The movie or the actor who did it?
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever movie, and then it would be the actor could qualify if the movie, if they didn't have to smoke a joint, if they were in a movie or in a TV show. So there was a movie award, TV award, actor, it's a malarkey.
Right.
But I hosted the first annual one at the Wetlands, which Peter Shapiro owned. And 4 years later, they had the second annual. You couldn't make that up. You couldn't fucking make it. And that was at BB King's. And it was the great. I had just, that night, I had just harvested a crop. And at the table was me and Tom Bernard from Sony Pictures Classics and the dude from The Big Lebowski. There's a real guy.
Right.
The Big Lebowski was based on a real guy called The Dude and Peter Shapiro. And we're all sitting there, and Tom Bernard had Jennifer Aniston's bong. She must have been in a movie where there was some pot. And so she got the award. Of course, she's not there, but she got
Oh,
the...
is that the award, a bong?
Yeah, I still have it. It's the greatest bong in the world, at least that year. We got, we smoked some of my crop, and these guys were all whacked it, and they were like, wow. And I was supposed to go up and give the award. I think the Brady movie, the Brady, Big Brady.
Yeah, that's in it.
It must have had some pot in it somewhere
Yeah.
because that won
Yes.
the best.
In like the car or something.
But I had to give out that award, and Bernard said, "I'm never talking to you again if you don't go up and sing your fucking song."
The pot song.
And it had just come out, and I'm stoned, and I just went up there. And BB King's, when you got up on the stage, there was a cloud. I mean, when you stepped up 3 steps, I mean, you fucking enveloped in pot. The entire place was smoking pot. And I said, all right, we're going to do a song, and you guys have to answer. And the whole fucking BB King's, I'm smoking pot, I got my digger, I got
Everyone
my...
knew it.
and nobody knew it. They were
Oh,
just,
really?
They were just spitting it back at me.
Right.
It's fucking I mean, it went on for like 15 seconds, but it was classic, you know.
Mark said, fuck it. If Jackie doesn't like the Paramount, I'm not playing there now.
No, I want to come to see you at the Brooklyn Bowl.
The Brooklyn Bowl? All right. So,
I'll
there we
come
go.
to the Paramount. I'll come to the damn Paramount. I'd love to see you. I know those guys. Jim Condon, I think Condon still owns part of it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go to...
he's-
We'll,
there's
And
a
you know,
few
it's
of 'em.
probably, it's.
There's like 4 or 5 guys that own it.
Meanwhile, Mark, that is literally 2 doors away from where I made that first comedy album.
where Cinnamon was.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 doors away, 5 doors away.
Well, wasn't Cinnamon across the street, though?
No, same side of the street. Upstairs on the corner of 110.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It was
Yeah,
Fast
yeah, yeah.
Eddie's. It was Chesterfield.
Now it's actually another
yeah,
place, too,
yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's called...
It's a revolving door.
it's like an Italian restaurant or something like that.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
over these
a
Italian.
bar Italian. Yeah, it's a weird concept, but it's still there.
But we're going to the Brooklyn Bowl. We're going. Are you coming?
What day is it?
January 30th, I believe.
Is that what
I'm
day?
busy.
What day of the week is that?
Oh, you know what? I'll have to check. We might have our own show that day.
What, on a Thursday?
Is it a Thursday? Oh, look who it is.
Look who it is.
What? Yeah, of course you can come in. We're
Yes,
on
of
the air,
course.
but you can
Don't
come in.
interrupt, you asshole.
That's why I wanted to come in. I wanted to hear that.
Behave yourself. I know the owner.
Darling, how are you?
Hi.
I thought you were the owner.
They told me you were dead.
Yeah, from the waist down there, absolutely correct.
How are you, Joe?
Good. What are you doing? How are you? So nice to see you.
I'm great. Nice to see you too.
Do you want to take a seat next to Eric and hang out?
Yes, join the
He should hang out.
Step in for
I would
2
love to
minutes. Why
interview
not?
Joe, man. I would
I'd love to interview Joe.
Hey,
This is
no,
the owner of
please.
McGuire's, so don't fuck me. Show up Saturday.
And you'll be there Saturday.
Show up
That's
Saturday.
right.
Oh yeah, I'll be there too.
Yeah.
Joe smells so good.
Thank you.
What are you wearing?
It's Thursday. I showered today.
Oh, it's Thursday. You showered today. He's got like cologne on. Look at it.
Oh, yeah?
Smells nice.
So you
Keep your hands to
interrupted my
yourself.
story because I've been on the
I
same
know, I'm
story
so
since
sorry.
1973. I've never shut up.
I'm sorry. I just want to come in and say
All
hello.
right, and good because we got another voter here.
Okay.
Okay. I go to L.A. to meet with Peter Shapiro, who I met later, but his older brother, I think, John, is a film producer, and he did some major stuff. You can Google him, John, Jon, Shapiro, And don't Google him now because that means you're not paying attention.
I'm not.
So we go out, and I'm with John and his buddy.
Sorry, Joe, move in more.
His buddy.
I'm trying to be out of the shot.
No.
His buddy Wade. Oh, now I'm not gonna think. Oh, it's good I don't know his name because I can't get him in trouble.
Wade Wilson.
Wayne something, who's a producer, and me and John and John's girlfriend and Wayne get completely snookered at the Sky Bar.
Okay.
On Sunset. You know, the great place. And I had some history there and just loved it. We got really loaded, so John and his girlfriend went home. And me and this guy, Wayne, hit it off, and we're drunk. So we meet up a couple girls, and we get in the back of their little sports car, and we went to a house party in Compton.
Nice.
I mean, literally a house party, like wall-to-wall black people where you
Right,
put your 50 cents on top of the refrigerator and took a beer out of the
I
refrigerator.
think of Jack every time I hear Compton.
That's where I grew up.
It was, and we had so much fun. They all knew me, you know. So, but in the course of this night, me and this guy got our chins on the bar, and we're telling each other our life stories. And I don't remember much, but in whenever I got going, you know, at whatever point in my life, I always have like 1, 2, or 3 things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Cameo.com, or I'm going to talk about McGuire's, or whatever is on the on the menu.
Painting with your...
And I'm thinking about this movie I'm going to make, and that movie, you know, dreams that never come true. And I must have told them about my idea for a TV show.
Right.
And this is what, now pay attention because you got to answer the question. So, what actually happened was, I came up with the idea. It wasn't much of an idea, especially now because it's been done so much. But the idea kind of grew out of the stupid title. I came up with it. Okay. And I always said, you know, the cooking shows in the 80s, the early 80s, you know, Julia, whatever name,
Julia
and
Child.
then it takes 4 spices out of the refrigerator that nobody's ever seen in their fucking lives.
Yeah.
You know, now just take out the terrachuchin and put in a little mikafuga.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you whore. You know, who does that? And I wanted to make a show where this is how you make shrimp cocktail. This are the ingredients, and you make the greatest hot sauce here, and you cook a steak, and you don't flip it twice. Just a simple, rudimentary. I want to do a suburban cooking show for the average guy and girl. You know, the average... To have a great, and of course, fool around. And at the
we have a
time,
name
Bob
for
Woods
that,
was
Jack?
my good friend. And I don't know if you remember, there was a show called Topper. It's based on a film. And a guy and a girl and the dog get killed in a car crash. And they come back as ghosts. But the only guy that can see them is Topper. And so it's the man and the woman and the dog, and he's always talking to them. But nobody else can see him, and that's a funny thing. So it was a TV show. So I wanted to have a Weber grill, the big bowl of Weber grill with 2 eyes and a mouth on it, and I wanted to have Bob Wood's voice. But I'd be the only guy that could talk to the fucking grill, which is just so stupid. And I wanted to have an overhead camera in the kitchen.
I thought that was a great idea.
Overhead camera in the kitchen over the cooking space.
Yeah.
But instead of an overhead camera, I wanted to have a fucking guy up there with a camera so he could fuck with him. You know, it's a silly idea. And so I'm telling this guy my ideas, and I tell him the name of my show. And we laugh and we get drunk and blah, blah, blah. And I never saw the guy again. So maybe a year later, I'm at my buddy's births. The same guy whose fucking camera didn't work when I was with the ape costume.
Right.
I don't have a big circle of friends. No. So I pull up
Keep
and there's a
going
guy,
back to these weird guys.
and his friend Ack is unloading a camera out of his truck because Burf is a teleprompter guy, but he realized pretty early on that they always need another camera or two, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we need another camera." So he bought a couple cameras. So I just happen to have one, and the cameras paid for themselves in no time at all. So he made money.
Right.
And so this guy Ack had done a gig and was bringing back Burf's camera. And I'm at Burf's, and I go, you know, Ack, every time I see a fucking camera, it makes me, it's got to be so easy. Just hook that up. I just always wanted to do a suburban cooking show. And he goes, oh, they beat you to it. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, they're doing it in Brookville with this guy, Bobby Flay. And at the time, nobody knew who the fuck Bobby Flay was. And I'm like, oh, he says, yeah, you know, it's a nice backyard space with a grill. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. A day later, a week later, a month later, I get a phone call. It's the guy from L.A., my friend who I got drunk with in L.A. Hey, Jackie.
He stole your stuff.
We're doing a cooking show over here in Brookville, and I want you to be on it. I'm like, okay, it's a coincidence, or maybe the idea of putting a camera on somebody cooking isn't, hey, that was my idea to breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My idea to interview the New York Jets.
Right.
So,
But Bobby Flay doesn't have a talking grill.
No.
Idea. I still love that idea.
Oh, I love it. So now we're doing that. You better get your fucking wallet out, you cocksucker, and stop hiding from me. He hasn't answered a text in 18 months.
Wait a minute.
The minute I said I got an idea,
I just left home and I heard the same thing.
Your kids are home from college, I assume? Yeah. Okay.
I'm moving in your house and you're moving in my house. So I say, yeah, I'll do your show. And the show he's doing is not the exact show, but it's kind of the show I suggested if you put it through the Hollywood grinder.
Right.
It's not the backyard of Jokeland. It's a nice grill in back of a nice, mini mansion, those McMansions that they have. Uh-huh. And one hamburgers were like hamburgers with the tuka in it, and so we go there to do it. And it was great because in the early days of cable TV, there were so many shows that they had no programming. So they showed stuff over and over and over. And every time they showed my cooking show, because he agreed to let me promote. So in between each course, this is my album, this is whatever. And
right.
Nancy was there, my wife was with me. And it was crazy. I'm telling jokes and being stupid. But then they'd air it again. The people called the Stern Show. I saw Jackie on that stupid show. Blah, 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 blah. So it's going on and on. But I do the show. This guy, Bobby Flay, is very nice. I never heard of him. He had no sense of humor. It's like talking to cardboard. I always think of Rodney, Mike Douglas, like talking to fucking cardboard, And so Bobby Flay says, Jackie, you're so great. He says, you got such a great personality. I got to give you a copy of my book. And I open his book, and the name of his production company is the name of the show that I told Wade. I keep thinking Wade Boggs, and he's a baseball player. Wayne Knight. No, that's
Seinfeld.
That's Seinfeld. Wayne somebody.
Brady.
But the name of the fucking show was Boy Meets Grill, which is just a funny,
Wow.
Boy Meets Grill. It's just a very simple. Any 5 people in 5 different rooms could think of that at the same time, and everybody I know says no. He definitely got that from you, and that could have been his entree to Bobby Flay.
Right.
He might have gone to him.
Right.
I never found out whose idea was to do the suburban cooking show. He might have gone to Bobby Flay and said, I got an idea for a show, Boy Meets Grill. That expression alone, it's fucking
It
fun.
opens
And I have
doors.
never found out to this day. So what is your vote?
I vote that. Yeah,
He could have it's like
No.
if
Wait,
I
what was the
decide to
question?
do a
What are we
joke,
voting
on? Was
if
did
I
he
want to
steal
do a bit on Star Wars,
think
and somebody in L.A. wants to do a bit on Star Wars, nobody has right to that. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
people can think of the same thing. I mean, the telephone was invented in America and in Europe at the exact same time. I'm not comparing this to the telephone, but do you think he took that and that was his entree? Or did he think of it on his own, or did Bobby Flay think of it on his own? If you ever met Bobby Flay, you'd know he didn't fucking think of it. I'll tell you right now. Nice guy.
I'm thinking I'm going to vote he took it.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote he took
I'm going to vote we should do our own show, Jack.
it. Yes.
We'll bring in a damn grill if it makes you
Grill, a
happy.
talking grill, the
Not
guy
only
up
that,
in the thing.
The thing I was telling you guys, I don't know if I can talk about. I have an investment opportunity for you, my friend.
Okay. What about me?
That's the surefire way
about
to
the
lose
shit
a
on
friend is to
Friday?
say,
Everybody gives you
I have an
investments, Joe.
investment opportunity.
Okay, good night, everyone.
But when you hear about it's pretty it's stupid, but
Well, wait,
you
don't
can't
say
in America. You can't
Jackie,
say
don't
that
say anything.
won't work.
Bobby Flay listens to us. Don't say anything. Bobby Flay listens to us.
Meanwhile, Bobby Flay is totally innocent in this.
I think so.
He has no idea.
think
I'm
so.
sure he
I
is.
think
Because
has
either
no
he
idea.
thought of it or somebody suggested it.
Right.
But I never had the conversation with him.
I don't think he thought of it. I think it was brought to him.
And it was one of those things where when I looked at it, It was like when Howard looked me in the eye and said, "Hey, I got an idea. We're going to put TV cameras in the studio." I was like, you don't have the presence of mind to say, "Yeah, I thought of it 2 months ago, you fucking cocksucker."
Right.
So now, can you get?
But you actually brought it up to Howard to put cameras in the studio, correct?
Long before, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that story.
They
Yeah.
laughed at me.
So if you use that title now with the grill, could you get in trouble because it's his production company?
Is it still his production?
You know what?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
true.
think
Well,
I might not
assuming
have.
it is.
I might not have ever written it down.
But I think that
No, I
Boy
have
Meets
no right
World
to it.
thing was popular back then. So Boy
Yeah,
Meets Girl
right.
probably isn't popular right now. I like the name
No,
you
but
came
Boy
up with.
Meets Girl is
What was that
as
steak name?
is as generic as Adam and Eve. Boy meets girl, boy fucks girl.
That's it, right,
Girl gets
right.
pregnant, never sees boy
Somebody's
again.
going to steal that now.
Yeah, now they're going to steal that name for
Yeah,
our
don't say
Friday
the other
night.
name you have for the cooking show, because then somebody will steal that.
What's that?
The one all around your table, remember, Jack?
The one around the table, you make them steak on a grill.
Oh,
Don't say the name of it. Somebody will steal it.
That's a great one too.
I like that one.
was my favorite idea.
Let's do it. You know what? I'm going to meet these guys at Gallagher's tonight because you won't buy me a fucking steak. Maybe I'll tell them to come out to Jokeland.
You want to go to Majors instead of where we're going for lunch? You want to go to Majors?
I'd
instead?
have to be mad at my mouth to eat at that fucking
Come
place.
on, that place
Yeah,
is awesome.
I agree.
I know. I'm just
you
trying
love
to
it.
start trouble.
Oh, all right.
No, I still agree. You love it.
Is
I
that still
love
there?
it.
Majors is still up.
Jack,
at
we went to
Jericho?
Rothman's.
that
You
one's
sold
gone.
me out for Mages?
Oh, Rothman's is good. Oh, come on. He's dealing with me. I have no money. So
Where's Majors?
And it's still in East Meadow. That's the original one.
Danielle did text. She said, "Tell Jackie I said hi and don't." She goes, "Don't take him to that diner anymore."
He wants to go there.
Who said don't take him to that?
My
diner?
wife.
What? She didn't like me?
No, she didn't like the diner.
Had she ever been there before?
She reluctantly goes there with us. Yes.
There was nothing wrong with that place.
All right. So then I'll tell her.
It's a
Stop
staple.
being
It's
such
been
a
there since
snob.
1923.
Did you hear what happened at the diner?
No.
We were walking out, and they said goodbye, Rita, and I thought they were saying goodbye, Rita, to the waitress. So I sent
He was
disgusting
busting balls with
Yeah.
the waitress the whole time.
Yeah, we
this
go
little
there all the
crusty
time.
broad, and they said goodbye, Rita. So I, Kara Rita, I sent a disgusting book with a disgusting autograph, and they said goodbye to the ultra Christian girl that works the cash.
Oh, my God.
She was.
Why did he send this to me?
No, it was more than that. She
Joe,
didn't know who he
the
was.
road to hell.
Oh, God.
The road to hell is built on good intentions.
She's still mad about it.
And
It's
dirty
so
joke
funny.
books.
Dirty joke.
His ass is on the cover.
It is.
And I couldn't send the one with my face. I had to send my ass,
She had no idea who this man was, why he was sending her this book.
But truth be told, if you open a book, if you get a book and it's got a guy
His ass
with his
on
back
it.
to you with his ass on it, don't open it and read it. What the fuck is wrong with you,
good
lady?
picture.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably cock jokes in here. Oh, I'm so offended. What's the next one?
Andy says he wants to make a cooking show called "Put This in Your Mouth." That's not bad.
Andy, I will make you a partner if you come to McGuire's Saturday night at 7:30 to see the show. Put this in your mouth.
Bonnie said, "That's Joe Carletto, the owner of Governor, sitting next to Eric. I shook his hand last night."
Yes, she did.
Yes.
I hope you wash it.
Hello, Bonnie.
Sarah Martin says,
You shake hands with Joe, you better count your fucking fingers.
Sarah Martin says, Jackie.
Why did I leave my house today?
Because your kids were trying to borrow money for Christmas. That's why.
Sarah Martin says, Jackie
Were you
rocks.
there?
I was in a movie with him a few years ago. Do you remember Sarah Martin, little blonde girl?
Redhead.
Redhead? No, blonde.
I'm going red.
Not the Ebenezer Scrooge thing.
I have no idea.
Sarah, what movie? It's like,
Martin.
I
I
do
don't
so
know.
many.
I don't know.
I got like a paragraph. I got like a sentence. You ever tell you about the movie I had 5 words in?
No.
Private Parts, I believe.
It was
the name of
called.
that one.
It was called White Irish Drinkers, which is triple redundant. And
I thought you were stuttering.
it was great. And Peter Rieger from Animal House was in it, and this incredible actor, the famous stage actor.
That's funny.
What the hell's? I never can think of his name, but he wound up finally making a lot of money because he was the head blue. We've talked about this before. The blue guy.
The Blue Man Group.
No, in the. What was that semi-animated movie?
Avatar?
Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the main. What the hell's his name? It's Stephen Lang. So he was in this movie, but so I have 5 words in it. I'm a cop, and I come pulling up to the back while they're having this jewelry heist. I don't want to give away the movie.
Don't give away,
So,
please.
so they're having a heist, and me and my partner pull up in the cop car, and they're about to break into the back door. And I said, "What are you assholes doing?" So I told everybody, "You got to come to see me. I'm in this movie." And I bring my family and my girlfriend, and we all go to one of these little, Ben-Hur, what's it called, bow tie theaters in Port Washington. We have a whole big thing. There's a whole. They had for whatever reason, they had the Batmobile there with Sean Young. They pulled on all this. He must have gone through his phone book, and anybody knew it. So I'm all excited. I got 5 words, and he comes to where I pull up, and instead of saying, "What are you assholes doing?" my line was, "What are you assholes doing here?" I said, "I got 6 words. That was 6. I want more money."
I want more money.
So that's the highlight of my. So is that the movie, Sarah? White Irish Drinkers?
I don't know what she's not answering, and Andy said he's at McGuire's on Friday night, so he'd like to.
Well, tell your people to come Saturday.
Yeah, tell
Jack,
them.
I have a question for you. Do you
8
remember
inches.
that me and you were in a movie together?
This is the fight movie, right?
Across the Bear. Pete
Across the
Bongiorno did it?
How'd they get your money? You related to him too? No, he's a very nice guy. You know what? He's married to my very good friend's either sister, I guess niece. I always get lost in the generations because I think I'm 40 and I'm not 40,
Right.
Joe. But he's a nice guy.
Oh,
Peter.
a sweetheart.
Yeah, I think I was a trainer.
You were a trainer.
I think I said,
Yeah, I was the
"Go
court
get
officer.
him. Go get him." What were you
The court officer.
Jesus.
White Irish drinkers.
There it is.
There we are.
White Irish drinkers.
That was they showed that movie at the Toronto Film Festival. I mean, I got no stories about that Cross the Bear. I don't remember hardly anything except the real guy was there.
Yes.
The real
Yes.
guy.
Yep.
And that was a weird,
That was a very, very,
Very
yeah,
weird tale.
powerful movie.
Jesus Christ. But it was, nothing funny about it. I'm walking around saying, "Hey, let's yock it up a little here." They shh, quiet. But the guy Stephen Lang came over to me. We're at the Toronto Film Festival, and we're having a big hoity-toity party for this White Irish Drinkers. And he says, "All right, Martling, I got a story for you that will bury you. But I'm sure I've told you this 5 times already, but it's a good enough story." He said it's 1965, and there's a movie called Ship of Fools, and it's about all these Jews that are stuck on a boat because they won't let them land on the mainland. And the movie is narrated by Michael Dunn, who's a tiny dwarf. Not to be redundant, but a very tiny dwarf. A famous actor. And dwarfs by nature are short, drunk, angry, horny. But of them all, they say Michael Dunn was the shortest, the drunkest, and the horniest, okay? So they make this whole movie, and
One might say he achieved new heights.
there you go. Very good, very good, very good. You get the job. Where's your money? So there's
Again,
a
I shouldn't have left the house.
huge party for this film, and it wins the Cannes Film Festival Palme d'Or, which is the main thing, up the whole. It's a monstrous party afterwards to celebrate, and everybody is there, and Claudia Cardinelli is there, who was an Italian Knockem, like a Marilyn Monroe, only much classier, and she's dripping in perfume and jewels and long earrings and high stiletto heels and a short dress, and she's just oozing sex. And Michael Dunn is staring at her the whole party. He's drinking and he's looking at this fucking statuesque, amazing thing. He's getting drunker and drunker, and at the end of the party, he goes up to her and says, "Claudia, I'm gonna fuck you." And she looks at him and she says, "Michael Dunn, if you do, and I find out about it."
Oh, that is really funny.
No, you never heard that one.
You
And
didn't
we're
tell
at this
that.
little quiet party, and all of a sudden I fucking explode, and people thought I got shot. Oh.
I found a
How
trailer
nice
for
is
Cross the Bear, and I saw you. You're like a court officer or
Yes.
something? Yeah.
What? What were you frisking people on
Oh,
the
you
way
gotta
in or
play
something?
that.
I actually had to escort somebody out who got out of hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
At a fight?
It was sort of he was yelling at the judge.
Jesus. Well, that was. I don't know how the hell I wound up in that. I have no idea. And what are you? You're friends with
Peter,
with
yeah, lifelong friends with Peter.
Nice characters.
I don't see you in it. Just telling you. Just
Jackie
saying.
was the traitor. You see
yeah.
him in the fight scene with Joe Giancola, remember?
I insisted on not being in the credits. I did not want to be swamped at the screenings.
One of them was at the Stop and Shop, so I can understand that.
They forgot me. You know. I sneezed and I missed myself. Oh, the film.
All right, I gotta
we
take my
gotta
leave.
find
I'm
out
going to
who the
work.
girl is. Got to find out who the girl is.
He came to the set of Disco with me in 2015. Disco.
Who
He
is
had
this?
a
Sarah
scene in
White?
it.
You're still asking?
I'm
I-
jumping in and saying goodbye.
All right, Joe. I'll see you later.
I will talk to you.
Yes, definitely.
You owe me.
You got it.
I'm waiting on you. Hey, you know what? Now we have
Good to
something
see you, Joe.
to
Thanks for
discuss.
stopping by.
Great. Fuck the city. Let's meet at Rothman's and let me tell you about this new project. You might be all over it. You might completely hate it, but it's so fun. It's so fun.
This,
And you do
Good
look
to
good.
see
You
you.
look young.
he shaved. That's
I
Sarah
did
Martin.
shave.
That's Sarah Martin
Joe.
right there.
Bye, Joe.
Yes, you had a scene in Disco. Her character fucks the main character like a harlot. That's what she said.
That was a Fred.
Flintstone.
No, Fred Flintstone is a lot more style than Fred Carpenter. It's a Fred Carpenter movie, and I had a pivotal. There was a pivotal scene in the film I was supposed to be in, and we had a huge snowstorm, and they
Yeah.
canceled the shoot, and they rescheduled it for like either a week or three, whatever. When they rescheduled, it was the night I had a gig.
Oh, no.
So they took it out of the movie. I'm like, how did they do? You know, and my ex-girlfriend Emily was in it because she's all about disco. She was born at the wrong time, and
Right.
so she was in it, and as an extra. But she couldn't believe it because it's supposed to be a disco movie, and everybody's dressed like half of the people are dressed like hippies, the other half are dressed like they were working in New York. Nobody looked like they were out of the '70s. You know.
Right.
That's Fred. That's your boy Fred, who still owes me money. He said, hey, Jackie, I got a part for you. You got my $500? I'll get back to you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sarah.
Who knows?
Sarah Martin is. Yeah. So do you remember what she looked like though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went there.
She's a filmmaker now.
I went to the wherever they shot the disco part of it. I went there because I took Emily there, and I knew I know the people from
Right.
Fred's movies. I did a couple of them. Fred's movie was the one I did with Sean Young, where I got punched and I had a great scene with her. It's in my
Yeah, that
acting
I
reel.
remember. We watched that one of the times you were
It
here.
was good. The Send No Flowers.
So no. Sarah herself is a filmmaker now. She's made.
Well,
I
Sarah,
think,
let's make a movie.
2 films.
Really, let's make a movie.
Yeah, she's
I would love to be in your movie.
See.
I'll audition. You got a casting couch? You know the Me Too movie? I'm in the Me 3 movie. I fuck them 2 at a time.
Where are we going to lunch? Where are we going to the same place?
I don't know. You're buying. What's cheap?
Well, that place is cheap.
I get a kick out of that place.
All right, then
I
fine.
like that
I'm going to the train.
Oh, then
Oh,
fine.
then it's
Then it's
perfect.
perfect.
Yes.
What time are you going to the train?
I can't tell you. You'll come. I don't know. Whenever I get to the train, I go in and
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's
go hang in
perfect.
my apartment until it's time to go eat.
Sarah said Disco was not a hit. It's a Fred Carpenter film.
All right, we got to call.
Fred Carpenter.
With Robert Finero. and-
Sarah, send me an email, jokeland@aol.com. Oh, God, I hope no other film producers hear that and call me.
You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show with Jackie Martley. Who's this?
This is Sarah Martin. How you doing? sir?
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, good looking.
What's up?
How are you?
I remember meeting you on the set of Disco.
At
And,
where the scene, where they had the actual disco?
Yeah. But you know what? They cut a half of my scenes also. And I got to tell you, the only thing they kept in was me having sex with the main character in the car. That's all they kept in. I was
Wow,
really pissed.
and that's the only thing I'd actually like to see, Sarah. So do you remember?
It was
There was a cute
interesting.
little blonde named Emily. Emily Connor was running around. She was my girlfriend at the time. She was in the film.
Oh, I think I remember her. She was cute.
Yeah, she,
Let me
you know,
know.
she
Is
was
she
no
single?
spring chicken.
I'm
She
just
was
kidding.
like, 45 or whatever. But
Yeah. She's a good-looking girl, though.
Sarah wants to know if you're single.
Yes,
Listen,
I am single.
I appreciate a good-looking girl. You know.
I understand.
Nothing wrong
Are
with that.
you one of them homos?
No, I'm not a homo, but I admire a hot chick. I like dick.
That is the perfect answer, Sarah. Where do you live?
I live in Islip, Long Island.
Oh, you couldn't move to New York?
I'm in Manhattan all the time. When are you free? I might be there tonight, actually.
I'm always free. You know what? I'll be there, and I would love to introduce you to my friend. I got the weirdest friends.
Oh, really? Me too.
Listen, send me an email, jokeland@aol.com. I dare you. We'll tell horror stories. We'll exchange horror stories.
Jokeman at AOL.
Joke Land.
Talk about his
Oh,
sex
Not
life.
Jokeman, JOKELAND, jokeland@aol.com, and I return all emails. And I'm going to be on the
Great,
train. I got nothing to do. I'd love to write back and flirt with you.
I
I
will
got
send you a
a
message.
girlfriend, but I'm old enough that I can't get a boner, so I'm no threat to anybody.
I have a boyfriend, but flirting is totally innocent. Come on.
Yeah, especially if I can have sex with him.
Oh, my God.
He's a white guy?
He's Italian.
Yeah, almost black.
Sicilian. He's like his own little thing. I don't know. He thinks it's its own genre of human.
Well, they actually are, you know.
Yeah, I know. He's a fresh,
For years
interesting
we've been
breed
telling
of
Sicilians
human.
they're smart, and they bought it.
Yeah, he knows he's smart. It's sick.
I mean, a Sicilian from Islip, you know.
No, he's from Great Neck. Come on.
Oh, so he's a rich Sicilian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he is.
All right, so,
Wow.
Oh, he knows exactly what he is.
yeah, so do I. I'll flirt with you anyway. Send me
flirt
an
with you
email.
anyway.
Send me an email.
I will.
I'd
You're
love to hear
wonderful.
about your movie. You really make movies? Congratulations.
I was in one.
Really?
Yes, I do make them.
All right. I was in the background though. She's very smart enough to just keep me in the background.
I understand.
Yeah.
So did you keep
Yeah,
did Fred Carpenter ever pay you?
Oh my gosh, I paid him. I produced one of his films. Can you believe that? Anyway,
Which one?
Honor Amongst Men with Joan Jett, Chuck Zito, and Edward Asner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. But
He owes me $500. That cocksucker. He said I got a good deal for you. I'm doing a whole extra scene. We're gonna do a whole
my
extra
God.
scene at a strip club, and I got punched. You know, it was great. You know, it was all
Right.
bloody. I mean, it was fun, but I never got paid.
Yeah.
But
well,
paid
you got to
with
make
boobies.
sure never leave the set without payment. You know what I mean?
I believe
Never.
me. Believe me.
I know.
There was another one. What was the one? I was in a scene with. What's the guy who played Gotti?
Travolta.
Oh,
No.
Asante.
Armand Asante. He's one of those actors that's an actor like
He's everywhere.
way before they say action,
Right.
he's talking, so he wants to be talking, so when they say action, he'll already be in the mode and action and
That's
hello, how you
interesting.
do, you know.
Right.
Which, you know,
A method
Yeah.
actor.
take a fucking chill pill, you know.
Yeah, Gotti was not a hit. Gotti was a flop.
No,
Both
no,
Gottis.
no, this
Yeah,
he
yeah.
played Gotti
Yeah,
in
an
the
older
HBO
movie.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
okay.
this was a Fred Carpenter movie.
Oh God.
Well, I had to announce that to the other cops that they found two of the guys' heads in a ice cooler, like a beer cooler. Somebody went to
Right.
open up the beer cooler to get out a beer, and there were two cops' heads in there.
Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, not if you're looking for a beer.
Jesus.
Right.
Well,
a
I
hot-
run my
on a
sets
hot
a little
day?
bit differently.
Yeah,
than Fred.
she runs her sets and she's very professional.
She does what?
She runs her sets very differently and she's very professional.
Fuck that.
We have a lot of fun when I'm not cursing at people.
Do you know Elias Plagiano by any chance? Do you know?
I don't. I'm not familiar with that name. No.
All right, so we'll chat
Okay, I'll send you a message.
and tell your boyfriend to start cooking because I know those guys can cook up a storm.
Yeah, he is a very good cook.
Tell him I got a TV show for him to be in.
Listen, I've done a lot of cooking shows, so let's make it happen. I heard you were looking to do one.
See?
So I'm just
That's
kidding.
it. Sure. Always ready.
I have knowledge on lighting those shows. So anyway,
I can't
back to the
believe
show.
we made your radio show into a fucking job interview.
Well, why not?
I know, right?
That's what we do.
Listen. How many years experience you have?
If
How
you,
much
ca-
pay
if
you
you
looking
add up
for?
all my screen time, it's much, much less than this conversation we just had.
Oh my God! All right, get back to your show. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Sarah. Thanks
All
for
right,
calling
bye.
in.
Bye,
See you
Sarah.
later.
She was nice.
Yeah, she's very nice. She's very nice. So there you go. Now you have a filmmaker for your cooking show.
All set.
See?
I got 19 of them. Everybody's so ready to do it, you know.
But
My
if
friend
she's-
Larry is actually doing a cooking show, and he shot a couple of them at my house.
Right.
He's fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Izzo, we met him.
Yeah,
He's
he was
good-
in here.
Good
Yes.
character. Good character.
Yeah, it was a
We met
fun
his
show.
show.
We watched a bunch of them. I enjoyed that. And he's got another show too. What's the other thing he does? The exterminating thing.
Yeah, the
Oh,
ex-exterminator. I told him, you know, we're sitting around and he's trying to write stand. I said, don't write stand-up. Tell the story. You know, then we go out to dinner. He's telling stories of, you know, he was exterminator and the mob was his client and he wasn't aware of it.
Right.
He took his father to meet his client and his father's like, you know who the fuck that was? You know.
Yeah, he had no
That's
idea. He told us.
Charlie
Yeah.
Three Fingers, you know. Who knows? I don't know anything. What the fuck?
You know plenty. So
Yeah.
so Mark White actually
Go ahead.
he emailed me. and
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if Jackie wants to have some fun with this or not. Sometimes you know the phone calls you get, you know, the IRS, you know, you owe them thousands of dollars, you better call this number right now, give us all your info.
Did you read? I just read an article today. Some old lady got beat out of her entire $300,000.
Yeah. Mhm.
But she was an isolated thing. Hundreds of thousands of people. People call
yeah,
up and say,
all over.
"You're in trouble. You better transfer your savings."
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
So Mark lost everything.
No, Mark received an email from Publishers Clearinghouse saying that he won, but he's got to call a number to figure it all out. How
Mark,
the going to. So he
be
gave
very suspicious.
Right, he
if
gave us
Ed
the number.
McMahon answers the phone.
He gave us a number. So
Okay.
he's suggesting that we call like we've done before,
Right.
and have some fun with
Yeah,
it.
we'll
So
call these people
do you,
back.
do you want? Yeah, we call them on the show here, and we mess with them.
This is the IRS.
No,
you
this
know what,
is
let me pull it up and I'll read
Publishers
it to you.
Clearing.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Give me a second. Let me find it.
Hello. Oh, I thought you said Publishers Clearinghouse.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Are we
sweeps-
that low for material that we're calling Publishers?
Oh,
Clearinghouse?
sure.
Okay.
We
Their-
love it.
Their own. It says that you have won money.
Yeah.
And it's the company that you have won money from is owned by the Walton family, which owns Walmart.
Right, correct. Sounds legit so far.
So, being that anybody that walks into Walmart,
Yes.
automatically is entered into this.
That's
into this-
amazing.
Yes,
Look, I'm getting one right now.
you get one right now. Scam likely.
Scam
Oh,
likely.
answer it.
Yeah, I got it.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, it's always like a recording.
Yes, hello, good day. I'm looking for Sallie Darby.
This is Sallie Darby.
Yes, Sallie, good day. And my name is Josh. Calling
Josh?
from the recorded line of I Research.
Your name is
And
Josh?
The reason of this call. I'm sorry?
Your name is Josh. Josh what?
Yes, my name is Josh.
No,
and
he
I'm
said he's
from
Joshing.
iResearch, and the reason of this call, Sallie, is to inform you that you're now eligible to receive a disability benefits
Oh.
of up to $2,500 per month. I just want to ask, if do you have a long-term illness or injury that prevents you from working?
My sister is a whore. My sister's a whore. She's out of the house. She's going to be kicked out of the family. She's a whore. A fucking whore.
Wow.
That was a joke. I didn't even know what I was saying. My sister's the greatest person in the world.
Jackie has Tourette's.
I was just being stupid.
Yeah, we got a call for the IRS. We called them back, and we pretended that Sallie and one of our other guests was her husband, and that the husband started beating Sallie on the phone. This guy he's like, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling 911.
Stop hitting her.
Yeah, he
And
was
we had the guy
yelling, yeah.
go like, and she's going, ow, ow. And he's like, you're a coward. You're a piece of shit. You coward. You're hurting woman.
Meanwhile, you're on the other end of the phone.
Scamming, trying to scam old ladies out of
Scam
their
the scammer.
life savings.
Right.
So we had him going so much. Then we had Tony call him back and go, yes, hi, this is Sergeant Walker of the 5th Precinct. He's like, yes, a man was beating a woman on the phone.
That's great.
Yeah, we got him good.
So sad.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It is sad because you know what? They have nothing better to do than to try to pick on weak people, and that's not right.
Do not hang up. This is a real call.
Do we want to call this or do you want to wait?
Yeah, we could call. Fine. But what does it say? So you're automatically entered when you walk through the door at Walmart.
We select 3 lucky customers every
Okay.
month. And for the month of December, your name was randomly selected as our second place winner.
Okay.
Now, where'd this come from?
Mark received an email.
Oh, and he forwarded you the email.
Yes, that's exactly how
Well,
you.
then it's not going to work. It's not. It wasn't to you. They're going to know it's not you.
Well,
They're gonna know it's
no,
not him.
no. They gave us a number to call, and then there's a PIN number that we have to give them. So I don't
But
think
they gave that to Mark.
Yeah, but
you
I don't
don't
know if
think
they-
they
You gotta
knew-
call up as Mark
They
White.
knew
All
he
right, fine,
was.
I'll say my
they
name is
knew
Mark
he
White.
was African American.
Yeah, all
They
right.
knew that.
So sound African American.
I'll say my name is Mark White.
Oh, that's racist.
That's pretty bad when he's calling you racist.
Go ahead, dial a phone, Chris.
Yeah,
You're
go
not
ahead.
buying a
You wanna dial
condo.
Ken says my name is Zosh. I love these phone calls.
916. 237 0204.
Nancy Weems. He's going to call back now.
House. Please choose from the following options.
It really was.
To speak to an agent, press 1. For executive assistant, press 2. Please hold while we transfer your call.
What's
There
that?
we go.
Congratulations, you are a Lucky Publishers Clearinghouse winner. Your call is very important to us. We are busy.
Publishers Clearinghouse. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
I got an email saying I won. Hello.
You got an email. You got an email that you won.
Yes, I was randomly selected as a second place winner. I have a PIN number. You want to hear it?
Go ahead, sir.
1345789. My name is Mark.
And where are you calling from, Mark?
Houston, Texas, where it's nice and hot.
You're calling from Houston, Texas.
Yes, where are you?
I'm
Hello.
in California.
Oh, very nice.
Pick it up. Well, your time is money.
So, hey, take it easy. That's my lover.
Or not.
Hello.
Okay, what is the telephone number, sir?
What is what? My telephone number? Why do you need that?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there you go. There you
Sucker.
go. There you
Damn
go.
it.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
He said, I'm not black, I'm trans white. Says Mark.
Ed McMahon did it again.
Ramit Iman Ashol.
I actually worked for Publisher Clearinghouse in the 80s. I did.
My name's Ramit.
Wasn't it? I would have. Tough carrying around those checks that were huge.
Yeah. Heavy. Yeah.
That's what sent him
Big
to an
truck.
early grave.
Actually, no. Ed McMahon was American. He wasn't Publisher Clearinghouse. He was American Publishing or something like that.
Oh, really?
Everybody always confused.
Yeah, I always thought
put
he
him.
was.
I thought it was Publisher Clearinghouse.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh,
He
son of
may
a
have
bitch.
already won. He may already be dead. Who knows? Come to Governors at McGuire's Comedy Club, 7:30 Saturday night.
In
See
Bohemia.
my show, please. I'm here begging you. Come buy my autobiography. Make fantastic Christmas
gift.
present. You buy it, you read it, then you give it to your brother-in-law. You have no idea you read it unless you spill coffee on it, you moron.
I read it in 2 days. I read it.
Yeah.
I read it in 2 days.
You looked at the pictures.
No, I read the whole thing.
Yeah, he's a big reader.
Yeah, he's
I
a
read the whole
power
thing.
reader.
I'll ask him one question. I have so
ahead.
many friends.
Oh, you could ask me.
I have so many friends. I read your book. I read your book.
I
and
swear
start
to you, I
telling
read the
story.
book.
They go, "Oh, I never heard that before." I'm like, "Oh,
I
really?
swear to you, I read the book. I swear to you.
I don't care."
I swear to you.
You bought it. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, no, I swear.
I
I
said,
bought.
Jackie, I read your book twice. Prove it.
No, I read it once. I didn't read it twice. I rarely read anything twice. The only thing I read twice was The Godfather. It was the only thing
And I read
twice.
that twice, and that's the only book I've ever read twice.
Yeah, that was
Swear
the
to
only
God.
book I ever read
that makes
twice.
us lovers.
I
I swear to God, I read that twice.
Why? Because it was
so did I.
complicated, or you just loved it?
no,
You get so engulfed in it, you didn't want it to end, so you started over.
yeah, it's a really good book. It's a really good book. Plus, there's so much more in it that happens in the movie that they kind of reference, and then it kind of leads up to Godfather 3 because Lucy Mancini is Sonny's lover, and then they have the.
I know I read it before the movie came out, which
Yeah.
was so
Well,
weird.
no,
'cause
I
I
didn't,
didn't
'cause
read
I was-
anything, and
I
I,
was
read that, and I read
2.
it twice.
I was 2 when the movie came out, Jackie.
But shut up. I was I was such a
I read
bad reader. What my line was, I couldn't put down The Godfather for a whole summer.
You're on the Knockem Dead Comedy Show with Jackie the Joke Man Martling. Who's this?
How you doing?
Hey, Jackie, what's going on?
Hello, my friend. I
How are
recognize
you?
this voice.
What do you mean you know my voice? This is Eric's brother. Fucking Tony, who the hell were you on that phone? Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, I got this chicken
here,
hawk.
boy. No, I
say I won second place, boy.
That's what he sounded like.
What the fuck?
That's what he sounded like.
Hey now, you am a chicken hog, yeah. All right, well, Jackie, you're awesome, man. This is a great show. It's about time these fucking guys are funny. Later.
Oh, that's your brother?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Bonnie said Eric can read. What? What do you mean? Yes, Bonnie.
Who's Bonnie?
Bonnie's a comedian. You were going to be on her show, Three's Company, with the two girls.
Oh, with the nice chugs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's supposed to send you an email at jokeland@aol.com.
Where are you, Bonnie?
Yeah. I'll tell her to send you an email. Bonnie.
Wow.
She's so sweet.
What was it? My Three Sons? What was it?
My Three's Company. You probably have sex with her, too.
I have.
Oh.
I can't anymore.
Oh, Ken says it's ad time. Ken's getting very anxious that it's ad time.
All right.
You want to do some ads?
Go ahead.
All right. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza, located at 154 Monetta Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Monetta Hill Road in Plainview. 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. BellaVistaPizza.com, baby. Check them out today. Don't cook tonight. Order from Bella Vista Pizza, please. It's delicious. It's delicious. Get the masala pie. I had the chicken masala pie recently, and I absolutely loved
Their
it.
pasta's awesome.
Pasta's awesome, and their gluten-free pizzas are my kids' favorite. They love the gluten-free pizzas from Bella Vista Pizza. Yes. And also Gina Kajemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. That's Gina Kajemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. List your house with Gina, and she'll work so hard for you and sell your house so fast it'll make your
head spin.
Are you leaving? You leaving the
Jesus Christ.
the building? Oh. It'll make your head spin. That's right. Gina is the best, so give her a call. And also Knockem Dead Comedy, knockemcomedy.com/show dates for all our upcoming dates and information. Knockem Dead Comedy for the funniest murder mysteries in the whole wide world. Check out Knockem Dead Comedy. Do you want to laugh, dance, and sing when you go to see the murder mystery? Of course you do. Or do you want to sit in your seat like a boring loser and let some old crusty pea pants walk into the room and say, "There's been a murder in the parking lot, now we got to solve it." And then he reads through a binder and then the show's over. No. You want a full-on show, an experience where you laugh, dance, and sing. You see the murder happen right in front of you, and you have a great time. That's Knockem Dead Comedy, knockemdeadcomedy.com/show dates for all our upcoming dates and information, of which Anthony will give you some details now.
Well, we actually don't have any public shows right now. We just have a bunch of private shows for the holidays. But
I hope that tells you something.
no, we have plenty in the new year, which we'll start giving out probably after the new year. But you can go to Knockem Dead Comedy if you want to see our full schedule. You know what? Maybe I'll start giving out our full schedule tomorrow, so that way make a good holiday gift. Get somebody some tickets to see us for the holidays. There you go. Because we do have plenty of stuff after the new year. But you can go to knockemdeadcomedy.com if you'd like to see our full schedule. Information on who we are, what we do, because we do murder mysteries, we do game shows, all sorts of hilarious audience interactive shows, game shows, kids shows, even custom-made shows, just specifically for your occasion. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. There's testimonials, photos, videos, and, of course, booking information. And if you're looking for a great comedy show this weekend, head out to any of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs. Tonight, the All-Star Comedy Show right here at Governors in Levittown. Tomorrow night, the Uncle Louie Variety Show. Our friends at Uncle Louie, they're hilarious. Go check them out tomorrow night. Saturday afternoon is Maurice Bernard. Saturday night, Vic DiBattista. Sunday night is Sunday Night Funnies. In the Little Room here at Governors in Levittown, Stevie GB will be here Friday night. Mike Keegan and Friends with Steve Belanger and David Weiss on Saturday. The Brokerage tonight, Comedy Zest with Mike Nicolia and some other comedians. DC Benny is there this weekend. There's also an open mic on Friday hosted by John Ziegler. McGuire's in Bohemia. Tonight is the All-Star Comedy Show. Tomorrow night, Eric Haft, our friend Eric Haft, who will be in the studio with us tomorrow. And, of course, Saturday night, the big night. Jackie the Joke Man Martling will be there Saturday night. That's the reason we're here right now. Go see Jackie.
Yes.
At McGuire's. And, of course, Sunday night is Sunday Night Funnies. Go to govs.com for full schedules, ticket information, everything you need to know right there at govs.com. And don't forget govsradio.com, all the great, hilarious, fun shows at govsradio.com. Today at 1:30 is Chef Felix with Let's Eat Long Island. Tonight is Limo Talk with Graz. And don't forget tonight the big premiere of Soul Space with Georgia Rose. That's at 6:30 p.m., followed by Limo Talk with Graz at 9 o'clock. And then we're back again tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Eric Haft.
She's on from what, 6:30 to 7:30?
That is correct.
Yes.
So that gives her an hour and a half before Graz comes on.
Right, so that gives her a half hour to get out of here before Graz gets here.
Ken said, sure, Eric, it's easy to do the ads with no background music. I could have done it with the background music.
Oh, I didn't even think of it.
I
Sorry.
just struggled
What?
to play some of my stupid instrumental music behind the commercial, but there's no internet connection in here.
Yeah, there is.
Sure there is.
You just probably don't have it. Let Sally set it up for you.
Yeah, you need the passwords. and
I was
stuff.
gonna start playing some very nice music behind you.
What kind of music?
I have some of your albums
Great
at home.
music.
At home?
I have some of his albums at home.
What are they doing at home?
They're there so I can listen to them.
Governor's Guest. What's the network? I mean, what's the?
Well, if you click on Governor's Guest, you're automatically entered to get
Hello,
free tickets
did
to
I
Governor's.
win?
I just shared the password. I don't know if that helps, Sally.
What is your phone number? What is your phone
What
number?
is your phone number? Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Am I on?
Urine.
Urine.
So I got a question.
Sorry to interrupt you, but there was a name for the pee-pee hole.
Oh, which is?
Did you see that?
Oh, somebody typed it in?
Andy looked it up, and it's,
Oh, and thank you, Gina.
believe it or not,
Don't
it's
forget
weird.
your teespring.com. You can get Govs Radio mugs with your favorite show on the back of it with the Govs logo, the Govs Radio logo. You can get T-shirts and hats and all sorts of cool stuff. Teespring.com for Govs Radio merchandise. We could really use it.
Yeah, the name for a dick hole is called Meatus. Meatus.
For the dick hole?
Yeah. For the hole, the pee-pee hole, the urethra hole.
Is that for real or is
Yeah,
that a joke?
Andy said, believe it or not, he spelt it out. He said, I'm not even kidding.
All right. Well, let's see if he's...
Spell it again?
Meatus, one word.
How can we not know that?
I don't know.
Meet us?
Yeah.
Meet us.
Crazy, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's right. The external opening is called the urinary meatus.
Oh, we've played this one. Remember I played this? I made you guess who it was?
Yes,
And
yes.
you guessed it.
I did.
I like
Sally
that.
didn't. Sally didn't,
I
right?
didn't guess it. Yeah.
Way too late.
Yeah, I guessed it.
The Mithra?
No, the
Meatus.
urethra meatus.
Meatus?
Urethra meatus.
Meatus.
N?
M.
M?
Like meat, like eating steak, meat.
M-E-A-T.
U-S.
Meet us.
Yeah,
Like
one word.
Meet us at the tip of my dick.
Yes, only one word.
Yeah, how did we not know
How
that?
do you not know that? It's crazy.
Meet us.
Meatus.
Ne-
now,
Somebody
never
should
heard
name
of
them.
it.
Hey,
Meet us.
fuck Ski Patrol. What's Mark's band?
Spin Doctor.
Spin Doctor
Doctors.
Ski Patrol.
Whatever it is. Change it to Meet Us. That's a great name for a band. I always wanted to name a band Schadenfreude.
Yeah,
Why
right?
Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude. You don't know what that word
Schadenfreude.
means?
That's people that are very enamored with the news or watching someone else fail.
Yeah, when they're happy when something
Does
really
bad.
bad happens to someone else. They get like a little
Like when they
glow
trip?
about them. No,
Like
more
if another
like
comic gets a bad review, you read it slow and you read it twice.
Ah,
Yeah.
like The Godfather.
yeah.
All right, now on Saturday.
Yep.
On Saturday, are you whipping out the new midget Nazi jokes we created?
You know what? The last time I did Feldman, I already had a midget joke, and I didn't want to do two, and I already had a Hitler joke, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm saving that for next time. But I don't know if I'll whip it out. He laughs very hard because he's Jewish and crazy and totally insensitive. I don't know.
Totally insensitive.
I think it's so funny.
Yeah, he doesn't fool me. He's like, oh, Jackie, we're going to get letters. He's
please.
full of it. He's loving it.
Was the Hitler joke I had? Oh, the Hitler joke was, what did Hitler call the place where he roasted marshmallows? Remember that? Mein Kampffire. Which is just fucking funny. It's just so, but you can't have 19 Hitler jokes. They're going to get the wrong idea.
What did we say? It was the not so Heil Hitler.
Not so
right?
Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
And
then-
midget Nazi was half off Hitler.
Right.
God, it's
was
fucking
funny. That's funny.
And then it got even crazier with the microwave and all that
priceless.
stuff.
That was funny.
Oh my goodness. We were also talking the other day. I asked you about your, how you feel about, people getting attacked now for their comedy and, people getting so offended. Did you see what Pete Davidson did this weekend?
No.
No idea.
You know who that is, yes?
He's a guy on Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, but he does stand up. I think he was out in California somewhere. He was, regardless of where it was, he was playing in a club when people had their tickets, but when they were coming in to the club, they had to sign a piece of paper saying that if they post anything, video, audio, pictures, if they post anything, there can be $1 million fine. And they had to sign this. And it was from him. Because, all these, like Louis C.K., we talked about that, how somebody snuck the camera in.
He's a little bit of a dick to his audience. He's walked out if people heckle him and stuff. He's like, if one person brings up anything about my, that I just broke up with my girlfriend, and then someone will, and then he's like, that's it, and he'll walk
Who
out.
we talk about?
Pete Davidson,
guy,
he's a
yeah.
stand-up. He's on Saturday Night Live.
If you're sensitive about your girlfriend, don't do a show.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't, don't go to a comedy club to break the guy's balls either. That's why I could never be a politician, because I agree with the last thing somebody said. It should be white. Yes, it should be white. I think black. No, you're right, black. I just don't give a fuck about anything. But I don't like heckling. There was a guy the other night. A lot of people, like 300 people, and killing these people in the middle of nowhere. And this guy was just randomly.
Oh, this was Pennsylvania.
Yeah, just
Bust a
yelling
crib.
something out. Not even fucking with me, like.
But
I couldn't believe that somebody didn't just go over and, finally at the end of the show, after about the third or fourth time in the length, he wasn't doing it constantly, just every once in a while. I finally yelled, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
And everybody cheered, and I'm like, "Where were you?" Somebody had to be sitting next to the guy.
Right.
But it was one of those things where it didn't lead to anything, so you probably didn't think it was going to happen again.
Right.
And he was in the balcony of this place. It was an old vaudeville house, so it's impossible to get to. So for the producers,
When we saw you last summer at the brokerage, a guy got up in the middle of your act and said, "Can you wait a minute? I got to go to the bathroom." Do you remember that? I wanted to get up and smack this jerk, and then it turned out we knew him.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody.
I'll tell you later.
Wait,
No, I don't think it was anyone
there?
you knew. We
No.
knew him.
No.
Oh, the second show we saw.
We didn't know until after
Together.
Afterwards, we walked in. We're like, oh, we know his girlfriend or something, and we were like, what an idiot. But you actually handled it fine. You made a couple of jokes when he went and peed and came
also
back.
don't want to engage
You didn't
anybody.
look flustered at all. But I was just thinking, I'd be flustered if.
If I was the audience, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I was mad.
Has a heckler ever got the best of you? No, right?
Well, of course, the minute they yell, they got the best of you.
Really?
Because it's interrupting you. There's nothing you can do. Sometimes it's better than others. It's a game. The art of handling a heckler is not having great responses. It's knowing how to play it.
Right.
Like somebody says something, you don't say anything. Somebody says something, you don't say anything. And then you say something because it's the elephant in the room, but you do as little as you can because you don't want to engage somebody.
Yeah, you don't want to encourage
And
it.
then you're waiting for it to happen again. So it's very tricky. And, when people say, oh, well, you handle that good, they don't realize it's not what you say. It's as much what you don't say.
Right.
And that sounds pompous. When you like any kind of comedy, when you start talking about comedy, there's nothing funny about it. Well, but if somebody just randomly yells, Baba Booey or you suck, or they don't say you suck anymore. F Jackie, I'll just shut up, Ma, you fucking dyke, and that brings the house down, and we're off to the races.
Right.
And they usually don't yell,
Yeah.
But in the old days, 40 years ago, with the Chuckles and Governors and everything, it was there's so many drunks, it was crazy because you can't engage with. If you engage, you can't engage with a drunk because it's like playing tennis against a padded wall. All the wit in the world is not.
Yeah.
True.
So
and we have that trouble because our shows are audience interactive. So sometimes somebody will say something that's hilarious, but a lot of time too, you find yourself competing with them because they don't, like you said, they don't know when to stop.
There's no playbook. Yeah, no, it's
so
impossible.
it can get a little nutty sometimes.
That the famous, long before I was even a musician, it was in the 50s was the. It tells the entire tale about this guy who always wanted to be in show business, and he got nowhere. And he finally decides, all right, he got a gig as a warm-up for a game show. And he's thrilled out of his mind. And I heard this in like the 50s, and he's a game show host, and he's a comic, and he's going to be the host of it. And he comes out and says, hello, thanks for coming. Oh, we're going to have a great time, folks. We're going to have a great time. Let's get started. Does anybody have any jokes? And there's a drunk, because they used to just herd anybody they could into.
Just have a body in the seat.
Right, to get people in the early days of television. There's a drunk.
Right.
And the guy had a joke. He says, my friend, why don't you tell us your joke? He goes, knock, knock. He says, who's there? And he says, I'll go. He goes, I'll go who? And he says, I'll go fuck yourself. And the guy gets all flustered, freaked out, gets fired. Everybody makes fun of him, and he just is freaked out. So he finally recovers from it, and he goes out and he collects every joke book he can, and he's got every knock-knock joke there ever was. And he has them at his disposal. He gets another job as a warm-up for a TV show. And he comes out and says, anybody got any jokes? And the same drunk is sitting there. He says, I had a joke. Tell us your joke. He goes, knock, knock. Who's there? He says, Mary. And he looks through all the books in his memory. Mary. There's 183 knock-knock jokes start with Mary, and they're all clean. He says, Mary who? He says, why don't you just go fuck yourself? But that's the tale of the drunken heckler. You know what I mean? There's no logic. Yeah. Right. And I don't even know why I thought that was funny 60 years ago, but I did. I'll go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I guess anything with the punchline, go fuck yourself works,
funny.
right?
Yeah, like Tony said that to an old man once on the streets, and it wasn't very nice.
What did I do?
You said to the old man to eat your dick.
Oh, no, I believe
Sallie said that.
And I just ate it.
Yeah, we were doing promotions in Manhattan once, and we were giving out free toothpaste, like toothpaste samples, but they were like full, not the little toothpaste samples. They were full tubes of toothpaste, so people were going nuts over them. And the whole thing behind it was they had vitamins.
They weren't going nuts. They were glad to get some free
They were glad, yes,
that's
but
what
they were very
so
tough.
show business. Oh, they were going nuts.
They were they not?
Yeah, but he's right though. Not over.
Yeah, you think? I thought they were going nuts because
he's only siding with me because we're fucking with you.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, we couldn't give him away fast enough.
The toothpaste had vitamins in it. That was the whole. It was called vitamin paste. I think it's still around.
Yeah,
it's called vitamin paste.
Bastards.
Right. So we had people dressed up as vitamins, like different bubbles, and like walking around giving out these tubes. So we parked right in front of Madison Square Garden, but we parked at a bus spot. So the bus had to pull up. We had like just a truck, not a big tractor trailer.
An SUV.
Little SUV. Bus had to pull up in front of the SUV. So a guy comes walking over and he's like,
little Jewish man.
What do you got there? We're like, oh, we had toothpaste. Does he have any for me? We're like, no, we just ran out. Like, we're breaking down the boxes as fast as we can, throwing it because we want to get the hell out of there. In the middle of rush hour, throwing the fucking box. So he's like, oh. And then you pick up the story because I was breaking down boxes. Apparently, he started to walk away.
Well, no, you were giving. Well, he was giving us a little bit of a hard time.
Right.
He was like, you gave away you're blocking my bus stop, and now you got nothing for me. And you're like, oh, life's tough. Shake it off. And so you can see he was getting mad. I can't believe I had to walk the extra time here.
He had to walk like an extra 10 feet.
Is this the bird again, or the black guy, or is this
the
this
Jewish
is the
guy? Fox show. This is his old Jewish guy.
This is Foghorn Legowitz.
Yeah. What do you got there?
So what happened? You get in a fight with the guy?
Well, he got mad. He goes, I can't believe you don't have any. And again, Eric's like, too bad.
I'm like, because he's like, oh, you didn't have any for me, and I had to walk the extra 10 feet.
And
I go, life's tough.
Right. I'm playing the nice guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, we just ran out. We were giving him out. I'm sorry.
Sweating trying to break down these boxes.
And I had stopped to talk to him. You were still breaking down.
Right.
So he kind of shrugged off, and he walked away. I didn't even see him come back. All of a sudden, he's back,
Yeah.
Oh, you said something like, "Oh, too bad." As he's walking away, you're like, "Oh, too bad," or whatever. So it must have just been the last straw. He comes back, and he just leans in, and he goes, "Fuck you," like that. So now I'm already laughing, and all of a sudden you yell out, "Eat my cock!"
Oh, eat my cock!
And that was it. And then both of us, we went into fast forward. We're like, we better get the fuck out of here. This guy's going to call somebody. Either Vitamin Page going to get a call, or the cops are coming. Like, we just got to get out of here.
10 feet. He had to walk an extra 10 feet.
You don't want an angry Jewish man in the middle of Manhattan, that's for sure.
We were like Benny Hill. Like, things were just fast forward. They were and we were just moving fast to get out of there.
Turn around and come back and work another 10
10
feet.
feet to yell at us.
Yeah.
Oh, but we were laughing the whole way home after that. That was so funny.
You were
Eat my
dying.
cock.
You were like, where did you come up with that? I'm like, I don't know. I was pissed.
Poor guy.
My fucking cock.
That's a, you know all the jokes. The famous joke about the two Jewish guys walking along, and they get to the Catholic church. You know that?
No.
And there's a sign in front that says, "Become Catholic, and we'll give you $50." And they look, and the first guy says, "I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a try." So he goes into the church, and he comes back out. And the other guy says, "Did you get the money?" He says, "Is that all you people think about?" Which is just perfect.
That
Is that all you think about? Your ilk? That's your ilk?
I've heard a black version of that where it's, come on, go get a job. Something like that is the punchline.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with much more racist punchline. All right.
With a much more racist punchline.
I don't care how much show we got left. I'm going to the bathroom.
All right, go to the bathroom.
All right, let's talk about him.
All right, what are we talking about?
Sally, I got to take a piss. Can I get you anything?
You want to hold it for him, Sally?
Need help?
Not again.
So Jackie the Joke Man Martling will be at McGuire's. Jackie the Joke Man Martling will be at McGuire's on Saturday. On Saturday, the what now? The 7th. The 7th.
It's a great weekend for comedy. You got Uncle Louie on Friday night at McGuire at Governor's in Levittown. You got Jackie the Joke Man on Saturday at McGuire's in Bohemia. And you're blocking your.
I didn't even notice.
What's that on the?
I know, that'll be funny. I can't wait.
And set your DVRs. Set your DVRs to see our friend Jessica Curson, her special on, I believe it's Comedy Central. That's airing. I think it's tomorrow night. I think.
Oh, it is on Comedy Central.
I think it's Comedy Central. I'm not positive of that, but I'm pretty sure. So, sorry, we keeping you awake with our show?
Wow.
Sorry. Wow.
Wow, Sally, that was rude.
Goodness.
Wait till you see me. This is going to be so funny, Eric.
Why?
So yeah, it's a great weekend for comedy, especially at the Governor's Comedy Clubs. So go to govs.com, get your tickets.
Because I didn't know
he had,
he didn't have the. I didn't know he had the thing swapped to the big screen, and
Yeah.
I just stood up. It's so funny, and I'm like this big giant woman in front of the screen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bonnie said we should have filmed that. We could have, Bonnie, because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
That like I said, we were just breaking down boxes, throwing them in my car like as fast as we could because we just wanted to get the hell out of there. And we could have been there more. We couldn't have been there more than 15 minutes, giving away all those
at the
tubes.
very most. Yeah, I don't even think it was that long.
Because we gave away a ton of tubes of toothpaste.
And then they screwed us, those bastards. See you looking
just
around.
drops down. Zoink, Scoob! I'm in the shot. Jesus.
Yeah, and then those bastards at Vitamin Paste dropped us.
Yeah, after the one. Did you see my last message to you?
I did.
Yes.
Are you serious about that?
I'm dead serious.
Oh boy.
Yes. So.
All right, so I got a question for Sally. Sally,
Yes.
You said there was something you wanted to talk about today.
I did.
What?
Sally said, and I don't know the story. She said she wanted to talk about this today.
Yes.
She has an issue with pants.
What do you mean? Like
That's all she told me. She goes, I want to talk about this
Oh
on
yeah,
the show.
I didn't. Yeah.
you wearing pants or every pair of pants?
No, did I actually say I want to talk about it on the show, or I was
I
just
thought
like
you said
it was
that.
like on my brain. Like, all right, so I went pant shopping the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's thought of this, but it's so weird how you can't buy pants that aren't ripped up or worn. Like why can't I wear out my own pants? It's the weirdest thing. Like,
Well, it depends on the style you're getting.
that's what I mean.
Pants that-
Like 15 years ago, you would wear a pair of jeans and they'd be worn in a certain area, and you'd be like, "Oh wow, I need to go buy new jeans." And now you go to buy jeans,
And
and
they're
that's
already
what they look like. Like they
worn.
look exactly like the pair I tossed out because they were too worn,
So
and then they add like all these like rips and stuff.
So you want the old like tough guy jeans that were like really like just rigid until you
waiting
wore them out.
for all the pants to be there when I buy them.
They still have that though.
Yeah, but not everywhere. I
No,
mean, it's
but
kind of
they still in the
You're in the
bathroom.
bathroom locked.
Did you knock on
It
the door?
sticks a little. You got to be a
And
little.
also I don't have my phone, and all of a sudden I turned it again, and I don't.
Bonnie said if you tried to pee on her show, she'd make you hold it in because she's
Really?
a teacher.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's a teacher. So
No, everyone should be able to pee when they want to pee.
Yes.
Did he just rape you? What just happened?
I think so.
Nice.
You can't rape the willing, so I'm good. I don't know. So what do you mean? I think you could still buy those, and then you wear them in you wear them in
But
yourself.
they're not as many around. It's the strangest thing. Have you like bought pants in the last like 10 years? Like you can't buy jeans without it being like all ripped up and worn and shredded, and like I was just saying that jeans
to
are
me, that was the day the world ended. Is when I went shopping one day at Macy's, which I didn't do often, to buy a pair of jeans, and I looked, and the jeans were like
skinny jeans,
$49,
yeah.
and then I looked and said, "Oh, well, look at the used ones." And they were $79. I said, "Well, that's it. The fucking world has ended. Somebody lost their fucking mind."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the word? Not old.
Worn.
Worn and shredded.
Stressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't stressed. It was something. It was
used.
Crazy. And the more holes in them,
The more expensive they were.
Yeah, it's just insane. I want to make my own holes.
you gotta earn your worn jeans.
It's
Yeah,
a rite
Sears
of passage
Toughskins,
to
that's what
wear
Sallie
out
wants.
your own jeans. I don't want my jeans worn out before I get them.
Yeah, I love you go to these fucking cocktail parties and you see a girl who's had, a boob job and a nose job and a boat, and she's wearing worn jeans. I just want to go and say, no! And wear them
Get a
out.
nice pair of
fucking
jeans.
whore.
You can't even find
She
them
says
anymore.
that to you, and if when you take her home.
No, I doubt that. No.
Oh.
No. Ow.
So listen, Sally, I'll buy you a pair of jeans.
You can't find them. That's just it.
A Sears Toughskins. That's what you're looking for.
3430 if anybody wants to send me jeans.
Wranglers were, what do you call it? Wranglers were like that. Weren't the Wranglers like the hard jeans or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Wranglers, Levi's.
You used to wear
Who cares?
Sassoons,
Who
didn't you?
cares?
Yeah, yeah, and all and shirts too. Like Bonnie's saying, shirts. Like you guys just get regular shirts. Like we go to look at clothes, and there's like holes in the back. There's like just give
What do
me
you mean
my
holes
own.
in the back?
Like the styles, like there'll be like a big hole in the back. Like even Sarah Martin when she came in that day, she had this one shirt on that you could. It was a shirt in the front, and when she turned around, there was like nothing there, and that's like the style today.
I think that's very nice and very sexy, but not
chilly.
if there's a fucking bra strap going across it. That's what always kills me when girls dress
Yeah.
so fancy. Meanwhile, there's bra straps hanging.
And then what are you
going
gonna
to
do?
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
I think they do their best to
Let
kind of
them
hide
hang.
them.
Let those shababs hang. Man.
Shababs. Can we go see?
Not like a hanging shabab.
Yeah.
Who's
We have Jeff Bosey is here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, hey,
Hello,
Jeff.
Jeff. I was going to answer the door.
Good morning,
Good morning, good sir. How are Jeff,
Yeah, have a
Jeff,
seat
how are
there,
you?
Jeff?
Jackie. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Jeff.
Jeff
This is Jeff
Bosey's
Bosey.
here.
Jeff Bosey.
What's new, Jeff?
Jeff Bosey's going to be on Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up this Saturday,
This
right?
weekend, yeah, this weekend.
Saturday,
yeah.
right? At
What
the,
is that?
There's a show here
it's a
on
game
Saturday.
Saturday nights in here,
Right.
Where it's two seasoned comics.
Just like fuck 'em, hate 'em, like 'em. That.
Sure, I don't know what you're talking about. There's two seasoned comedians. They're the judges, and there's two fairly new comedians.
What season?
Like veterans,
Oh, seasoned.
seasoned. Yeah, and then there's
Not
two.
like salt and pepper or fall and winter.
No.
It's whatever you want it to be.
I'm just being an asshole.
There's two fairly new comedians, and they tell some of their new jokes.
And now, what are you
they-
pegging him as, new or old?
I don't even know. Are you a judge or a contestant?
I got thrown on as a contestant.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was the best insult ever.
And who you going against?
A girl named AJ.
Oh.
AJ, really?
Yeah.
That's a hot babe.
Sexy.
Those are my initials, AJ. W. Well, my
You
middle
are
name.
not
H.
a hot man. No, AJ from what do you call it? From Montauk.
Maybe.
Little Italian girl.
AJ Powers?
Possibly.
No, she don't look. She
She's
don't
about
look
4
Italian.
feet tall. She's got boobs like cannonballs.
That's her.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the whole Italian part, but definitely with
She's
the
4
boobs.
feet tall and boobs like cannibals.
I would believe so.
And
Not
she-
that I look.
Let me see.
I don't know. Well, I don't want to admit whether I know or not, but she loves it in the ass. She cannot get enough in her ass. So you mentioned that. You bring that up.
no,
Say, listen, I probably going to lose
Is that-
because I won't
is that
let
her?
everybody.
No, that's Ashley.
Is that well? It's, the
Yeah,
initials are
AJ.
AJ.
No, that's her on the right.
Why, thank you.
That's this weekend. Jeff Bosey versus Ashley Jacoby, and
Well,
the-
that's AJ. Ashley Jacoby is AJ.
Yeah.
right. Oh, and the judges are Mike Nicolia and Frank Fiala.
Who both love it in the ass.
Yes.
Mike Nicolia is a judge.
I think you've been doing comedy longer than Mike, haven't you?
I would believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Why is it
But
Mike?
if you let Joe, the owner, fuck you in the ass, you get bumped up.
I brought the lube.
If you fuck Joe, the owner, in the ass, you become a partner. It's a very strange echelon here.
So I would think you would have owned.
I blew him, got nothing.
That's exactly where I was going.
You got a Saturday at McGuire's.
I got a Saturday at McGuire.
Amy Hersey's watching. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Amy, are you?
Speaking of liking it in the ass, hi, Amy.
She's in a band with Mark White as well.
Yes.
Are you black?
She's not. Mark
How do
likes-
you know? Prove it. No, are you talking to these people?
Who?
Sure,
yeah,
we
they're-
can. Sure, you can.
Yeah, Amy, you can talk.
Well,
to
how
her.
are you? She's.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's typing in.
I got to get a glove and get in the ball game.
I love AJ, but she's definitely not sexy, says Bonnie.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, cat fight.
Yeah, I'd like to
like
see
it.
that.
Yeah.
AJ's not cute.
I don't know. I never met her before.
I
Well, I
she's
didn't
cute
either. I
before.
made up everything I said.
She might be.
Well, I call hand.
You call hand? What does
I
that
call
mean?
hand. Hand all day. I'd rather resort
Oh,
to the
you'd
hand.
rather take care of himself than.
I call hand.
I call. Is that a new expression?
It is a new expression.
I've never heard that either.
I'm go boomer.
So how are you preparing for this on Saturday? You doing exercises?
I'm doing my calisthenics.
Have you received your assignments from Don yet?
No,
the
not
host?
yet. Not yet. It's supposed to be on Friday, and then you have.
Oh, you only have 24 hours to.
24 hours to.
And this is on the radio, or this
It's
is
in
right
here.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
in
like-
And
here.
what do you have to do?
Basically, you have to go ahead. They're going to give you.
You say something, she says something.
Well, the host gives them
No,
tasks as
it's
well.
kinda controlled.
Write a joke right now based on this, and he'll give them a topic. And then they.
Why doesn't the fucking host do it if he's so smart?
Well, that's how smart he is. He just gives the assignments without being, put on the spot.
It's basically to see how decent you can come up with something as fast as your mind can work to come up with a
And then
joke.
they're judged on it.
Nazis. They're all Nazis.
It's a fun show. I
No, it's
enjoy
not.
it.
It sucks.
You just made it on the same
Give
night that
Sally,
you're
give
playing.
Sally a subject.
Uh,
Thick
Yeah, they'll-
penises.
oh, she
Thick
can go on all
penises.
day about those.
Yeah, they give you like 4 random words and you have to write a joke.
Meatus.
But not here, right? Don't you have to do it at home?
You get to
get
do
like a-
4 at home. You get to do 4 at home, and you got to do 4 on the spot, and then you have to go a roast battle
You have
against.
to do Benny Rizzuti.
But he's not going to be in.
This is sounding more like a Regents
He's not going to be in this
exam.
Saturday?
It is. It so is. It's Fear Factor without the cash
Like they'll
prize.
do like your mama jokes.
Yeah. Well,
or, like,
but
whatever.
This weekend it will be Nigel Fullerton. So
Your mom is so fat, at the bottom of her pussy, they speak Chinese. Is that great? That's the best one I ever came up with. It makes absolutely no sense. There was a very funny, well, he wasn't very funny, but it was a guy, a comic, who killed himself 40 years ago, and he could not get booked. And I
When
I
you're
book
dead,
him at,
how would you get booked?
I book him at Governor's, and they say, don't ever bring that fucking guy back here. And I'd have to wait a couple months so they'd forget. And I'd bring him, and they'd be like, isn't that guy? But one of his jokes was he'd stand at the microphone, and he'd say, watch. And he'd take the microphone cord and pull up on it and say, when I do that, a comic in China falls down. It made no fucking sense. And the guys in the back would just fucking fall down. More, Mark. Mark Center. Very nice guy. The funniest fucking show business thing I ever heard. The guy could not get hired. The only guy that ever hired him was me, and I got in so much trouble. But he's the least decent guy, and he's one of those guys who, like, if somebody doesn't give this guy a job, he's going to kill himself. And then he did. He went in the garage and turned on the car and committed suicide. And the thing that shocked people the most
That he had a car?
was that he had the gas money to run the car.
Keep the car running.
That's so fucking wrong. But he got a job. I tell this every year at this time. He got a job working as a department store Santa Claus. And he'd tell everybody, people say, hey, how you doing, Mark? He'd say, I got a job as a department store Santa Claus. It's nice to have something steady. Which is so sad.
Yeah.
The poor guy.
Oh, the poor guy.
And he was a Long Island comic, apparently, right?
He's from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
A Jewish kid from Brooklyn. Maybe the Bronx. I'm not sure. But oh, God.
But you liked him.
Huh?
But you liked him.
Everybody loved him. The guy, comics would sit in the back and scream. Nobody made a nickel in those days, and he'd tell the audience, yeah, I'm in comedy for the dental plan. And the comics would go nuts, and the people were like, what's he talking about? You guys know, I told you this story about Jim Myers, right? Do you know who Jim Myers is?
No.
He was one of the original, 7 guys. The original 7 guys that I did comedy with, there were no Jews and no blacks. There were 7
because you hated them all.
7 white Long Island guys. No,
Right.
That's the way the
Woods was one, right?
Cookie crumbled. Me, Bob Woods, Dave Hawthorne,
Minervini.
Richie Minervini, Jim Myers, Rob Bartlett, and Bob Nelson. And they were like,
Nelson,
those were the combos, Nelson and Bartlett and Hawthorne and Woods and Minervini and Myers. So, and me. And so Myers was a very dry guy, and he'd been around for a long time when I started. He'd been around, I think he used to go on a catch when it first started. He just scratching forever. And they tried for a while being a very nimbly pimbly Wally Cox type school teacher act, and that didn't work.
Okay.
And then, don't let me tell you this. So I told you.
No, you did not.
So he decided he's going to be a German. You might know him, but Klaus Meyer. Have you ever heard of that name? So he decides he's going to be Klaus Meyer. Okay, it's me from Germany, and I'm booking governors, and we all started together. So it's like a year or two later. Richie started the East Side Comedy Club, and then I got governors. I was booking the brokerage and governors. I wielded some power, and he said, "Jackie, listen, I'm doing a new act." He said, "But I don't got much time. I've only got 10 or 15 minutes, but I need the work, man. I got no money. Let me middle, and I'll do a Q&A with the audience, and I'll fill in my time."
Okay.
And he's my friend. He started.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And he's funny.
So he's way funnier guy than he is stage act. I mean, there's so many horror stories about the guy. I mean, me and Minervini and Myers went to a place called Freddy's in the middle of nowhere in Jersey, and I was hosting and I was killing him. And then Minervini killed him, and Myers went up, and he talked for 7 or 8 minutes. And it was quieter than that. And he just looked out at the audience and said, "God bless you, ladies and gentlemen." And he walked off the stage. So that was, anytime anybody saw him, it was instantly,
Go ahead, get it.
"God bless you, ladies and gentlemen." Who the fuck was it? No, it's my builder.
Bob?
My builder. So
Emily.
So he goes, he says, so he's going to fill it in with Q&A.
Right.
So Governors is packed. In the beginning of comedy, so you couldn't move at Governors. And it must have been Friday night first show, and he goes up to this packed house, and it's Long Islanders, not pulling wool over everybody, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Klaus Meyer. I am from Germany. I am German comedian. And now I would like to do a show for you. The people are under the wrong impression that Germans are very strict and go by rules, we are way looser than that. Joke number one, right? Which is funny because I am from Hamburg, and I also have my other part of my family is from Frankfurt. So I am a hamburger and a Frankfurter. Everybody's like, oh boy. And so he's going on, and it's not good, and he's talking, and like anybody, you segue into your fucking voice.
Right.
He's talking. He says, maybe now you ask Klaus question about Germany. I answer your question. And I was, in the old days, there was a wall along the back of Governors between the audience and the bar that was there.
Right.
And so the comics would lean on the wall. And I'm on the wall watching. The Governor's way smaller than I'm there. And right where I could reach down and touch the guy's head, a guy sitting right there. He asks a couple of questions. One guy raises his hand. He says, yes, what is your question? And the guy says, how do you say the number 9 in German? He was like, his fucking ears went red. His face went red. He said, all right, I'm not fucking German, all right? And he's still I must have laughed for 20 minutes. I was fucking nailed him because he put him right against the wall with a direct question. So, and then I go on. He did this fucking act, and I don't know how you do it because you used to break it at the end and say, I'm not really from Germany, but
right.
But you break it. But then you go back to the club where he was the next night and tell it. And a couple times I was like in Myrtle Beach or somewhere, and I go in to promote my show, and next week at the Comedy Cabana, they're going to have Klaus Meyer, and I had. Do you know what a great story that is for the radio? But I just couldn't fucking do it to the guy. It's the greatest fucking story.
Klaus Meyer.
So someday I'll tell you a story about Klaus Meyer. It's fucking brutal.
There was another guy.
Who?
I can't remember his name. John Blenn tells the story about somebody else that did a German thing and told the worst jokes, only to then give it away, and that won the crowd over when they realized it was just a character telling bad jokes on purpose. I don't know if it's him or not.
That was him.
Oh, I think
he wasn't. That was him, but he wasn't doing bad jokes on purpose. He was.
That's the way. Yeah.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Who knows?
There used to be a comedian years ago, Alex Starr, and he would come out on stage with like swastikas on his shorts, and he would just tell the most like obscene jokes off the wall, but then also he would do like song parodies also along with his act. So it was, I think it was like one of those UK comedians, but still, nevertheless, I was like, just another.
That's balls.
Yeah, it was.
That
really
takes
weird.
balls.
There was a guy.
That was the 80s.
There was a guy. I only did Just for Laughs Festival twice. But the last time I did it, it was like an international dirty show, and there was a guy from Africa, and he swore he was going to let me visit him at his farm in Africa, and I really liked the guy. He was like, had a British accent, out of his fucking mind, but I don't remember anything he said. I just know he's on stage, and somebody heckled him, and he took out a fucking gun.
Oh, geez.
And shot the guy. It was a it was a blank gun.
Oh, geez.
But I'm telling you, motherfucker. I mean, whoa! Talk about stop the show. And his finale was, I swear on my mother, his finale was, he blasted. I think it was Ethel Merman, but whoever was singing, "There's no business like show business," and he put a flare. He took his pants off, put a flare in his asshole, and lit it. And ran around the stage with a lit flare in his asshole.
Holy shit.
And the whole place smelled like fucking sulfur.
And burnt ass hair.
And the guy, for 2 years, he's writing me, can you get me a gig in... How's no?
Yeah, on the 4th of July.
How's no as you burn up the house?
No?
Wow.
What if the flare fell out of his ass?
I'm sure... I think Nick DiPaolo, whoever else was on that show would fucking remember it. It was just fucking
holy
crazy.
shit. Well, go see Jackie this Saturday at McGuire's. And
I will not be armed.
or have a flare up his ass, but he will make you laugh your ass off. So go to see McGuire's. I've seen Jackie how many times now? How many times now?
I don't know. I heard you doing my act, you cocksucker.
I couldn't do it if I tried. I couldn't pull that off.
Don Sill, the guy who hosts the game show here, he wants to know when he can get you on here. He wants you to be a judge
on the game show.
Yeah,
I'd have to be mad at my dick. Ask him where we're going to eat afterwards.
All right,
perfect.
He'll do that.
All right, so go see
if
Jackie.
If there's a steak, I'm there.
All right, if you go see Jackie this Saturday at McGuire's, he'll be on the show, and then take him to a steak. How's that?
Yeah, come to the show. I would love to see you. It really is a fun. It's just a great room. Great. I didn't work there the whole time I was on the Stern Show because it was too far away and too little money. But now I blow Joe to let me work there. But it's so much fun. I don't know who I'm working with. I have no idea.
Yeah, but you don't care. We've asked that question before. You're not a big. You don't really.
No, I just don't want somebody that's filthy and crazy and loud. Because then it's redundant. You don't want a ventriloquist opening for a ventriloquist. I'm a loudmouth. I don't need another loudmouth.
Gotcha. All right, go see Jackie this Saturday. Thank you, Jeff, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Hey, same here, good sir.
You should come to the diner. They're buying lunch.
That's our show for today, and we'll see you all tomorrow with Eric
I'd
Heft.
like to thank Sallie for her wonderful breasts.
Yes.
You're
and
welcome.
for just being you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Just being you.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 11. See ya.